Hello, Ryo Taki. Right, my top 10. So I remember for Plat Chat, they asked me to do a top 10 list for Toronto, and I haven't actually done one. And my Plat Chat list was done in like 2 seconds. Um, so I was thinking that before the game start, I'll do like a top 10 list maybe. Um, hello everyone. Hello. So I'm gonna quickly write down as quick as I can players that I remember. EMEA traitor. Bro, if someone gave me money to help their team, I'm not a traitor. I follow the money, you know what I mean? Right, so easy ones at the top. Tell me if I'm missing anyone straight off the bat. I don't think Benji Minipoo. Kayak I'm missing. Top 10 at Toronto. Like these are like I'm just writing down off the top of my head who would be there. I have to include Nats here, even though he's not actually there. So this is my definitely in the top 10, I think, and then this is the remaining that I'm thinking of. Fnatic, Team Liquid, Heretics, MIBR, Sverno, G2. I got Leaf. I got. Sorry. Sorry. Where do I put these 6 people? I think this is where my top 6 would be. And that's clear as Trent. The problem with Trent is would be top 2 with Teo. And then Trent also is. Trent to me strikes me as a player who I almost trust Leaf more. I think. Though he didn't have the he didn't finish strong in Bangkok, but at the same time there was obviously like family. There was some like tragic stuff going on in his life that he kind of talked about that kind of is going to affect your performance. So I'm not sure about where to put these 6. I think it's Aspas number 1. I think that's. Christ. It's just, is Zakin gonna pop this tournament? Hello, Meteor. Nats, Trent, Leaf. Nats has been farming, right? Not been farming as much. Maybe I go. Raga versus Jemkin. I think I put Jemkin and Raga. Alpha. I just watched Alpha in fucking. I just watched Alpha. I literally just watched Alpha and ranked, and he was saying to me, Minnie, why am I so underrated? I'm so much better. Like, look at my stats at like big events and stuff, and I was like, you know, because people are so recency biased, right? Like Alpha's been really good recently, but like, I think this year he was slow to start, right? I think I gotta put Alpha in. It's hard to not put Forsaken in after wearing a PRX jersey, though. The thing here as well is that Forsaken, like the agent he plays the most, he's like doing okay, but then it's like these other agents that he's like popping off on, and then you look at Jing recently, and Jing's been absolutely farming on the Rays. It's like Jing might be higher than Forsaken, and I know that's like a maybe hot take. Woot's been, when he plays ISO, it's ludicrous. But he's been a bit. Oh my god, that's kind of sick. I feel like I trust Rians. Should I go top 15? I think I actually put Jing. This Alpha is a wild card here. This is a wild card pick, I think. Verno's not been doing so well in their recent tournaments. JJ above Forsaken. I think if you look at it carefully, like 1.23 rating, 54k FK, 35 FD, 165 ADR, 1.3 KD. Like this is ludicrous. If PRX are playing, if Jing's playing Raze a lot, like obviously like this is ludicrous though. It's just that like when Jason's playing Fade, it's not as impactful as when he's playing Server Omen right now, it looks like. You see what I mean? All Year Jing is not as good as All Year Forsaken. Best of Jing, best of Forsaken. Jing's recently been playing a lot more Raze than he did at the start of the year though, right? And he looks in form. Like I think like this might be, I think this is a hot take, but I think it's a fine hot take. This is hard. This is tough. I think it's quite tough to put mini boost so low. But my argument will be that look at the disparity between his past 30 days here and then past 90 days, or even like 60. Like he struggled in those final games in EMEA, and he was fucking phenomenal until those final games. And in those final games, he kind of slowed down a lot. And I wonder if that's going to affect his confidence maybe. And I think Mini Boo is like a big confidence player. So I'm going to put Mini Boo lower on the list. And then between Woot and Verno, I actually probably put Woot. I think. Is Verno just... Someone's going to slay, and then I'm going to look like an idiot, though. I get three Heretics players in the list. It's not looking good. Are there any other like honorable mentions? My list is kind of biased, I think. Texture. I need to reassess. Karen, Koshi. Karen feels wrong not to have in the list. Why is second 2? Have you seen his stats? This guy's playing the best Euro in the world right now, it looks like. Jogamo? I think Jog is causing... I think this whole narrative around Jog... Jogamo, I don't trust at the moment to be top 10. He I know that people like to use the excuse for him that he plays for the team, but at a certain point he is just diving in and dying. Kayak has better stats than Zekon. Does he? They're very close. Okay, you've changed my mind. I actually do prefer Kayak above. I just got this weird feeling Zekon's gonna not do well. I don't know why. I just had this weird gut feeling that Zekon's not gonna play as well as what he should do. But I can't. Can I put him lower on the list? I don't know. Kiko at his best. Kiko's not been very good recently, I don't think. I think he dipped, didn't he? Like, this is like a huge dip in performance compared to where he was at before. Like, this is just like, this is good. It's not bad, but this ain't top 15. Where's Karen been at? Karen's been decent. Texture's been good. Maybe Texture should be in the list. Cushy's not been amazing. His server's been pretty good. I haven't been studying APAC that much, like, but like these stats aren't amazing. This is quite good, but it's not top 15. Foxy 9. Again, this isn't. His stats aren't amazing. Again, like, I can't judge a lot of this stuff off anything but stats because I've not been studying. I've not watched every game. Why is Aspas on number 1? Because look at every time he goes to an international event. Verno is closer than the people that you just said. Foxy 9, Valiant 9 and stuff. You are wearing a PRX journey. What do you mean not studying APAC? There's a difference between me watching individual games, preparing for a game PRX might be playing, and then literally watching every single game that team plays over the past 6 months. Like, I don't have... Like, when I watch teams play, I don't watch players play the game. I watch the team play. So I watch a team and I watch their jet player running around, and I don't know who the fuck the jet player is. I'm not in my head being like, oh my god, Karen on smokes, yeah, he's doing this for thing really well. I'm like, okay, this team uses their smokes like this. I don't look at the player. What do I think of Woot? I mean, I think he's good. Why is Raga not lower? Because anyone that has 1.3 rating has got to be pretty high. I think he should be low. He should be lower. He should be lower. This is good. He should be lower. He should be lower. I don't like this either, to be honest with you. He's dying a lot, and I don't think his team's going to do very well. I don't love this. Are there any other honorable mentions? Have I looked at RR? I know. Yeah, I have. I've used it recently for something. RAR. There, there are times where it doesn't make sense to me, and I was gonna ask I know the guy who made RIR, and I meant to have a meeting with him to kind of discuss it further. Because some of it doesn't make sense to me. Like with all stats, that you have to take it into context and with a grain of salt. And there are some players on that list that I think it vastly overrates, and some players on the list it vastly underrates. Nat's underrated. That's it. That's a good shout. He should, yeah. He should be in my list. I fucked up there, maybe. I should be in here somewhere. How do I get this guy in? It's so difficult doing cross-region shit. But then he's on like one of the weakest teams. Oh, we live.
Opening day. Heretics versus PRX. Our scriptwriters
Fuck the list.
are doing well.
They're doing overtime. Yeah. Honestly, like coming up with that right out of the gate. I mean, historic matchup right there, but also two teams that have serious talent on their roster, right? Heretics coming in after just losing to only Fnatic in EMEA. They're a second seed, but they're a scary second seed.
Yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but Mel, no Nats with Team Liquid on day one. That's gotta hurt.
I mean,
Thank you, Oi Georgie. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that.
Seeing this actually hurts, knowing he's playing at Masters Toronto and he can't actually play. I really hope he's able to get back and get the visa sorted out, but it's going to be.
Are you also going to cast in Toronto? No.
No. A duelist player normally, but subbing in for not only their IGL but their Senti player is a little bit.
Hello, Skirbist.
Home crowd advantage, and thank you, Mel. Exactly, I think 3 minutes since the show started that we mentioned Gambit. That's a new record.
Yeah, it is really impressive. we're gonna see if that's record. We're gonna check that.
I don't like for broadcast work. I think that I would be good enough for the desk soon, but I think for casting I need a bit more time.
Thank you, future self. Now we are two humble Swissologists here to predict, nay, to tell the future exactly how these matches are going to go down. Wyatt, the rules are simple. You win twice, you advance, you lose twice, you are done. Wyatt, this first matchup, Heretics PRX.
Can we start with something easier? Because that one is too tough.
You don't want to start with T.
We're gonna go. Okay. We're gonna go with Sen, and we're gonna go with Wolves because let's be real, we all know Sen are winning that.
Okay, I like that. Okay,
now,
so Wolves go down here.
I'll allow you to take the second one.
That makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna jump in with Gen.G MIBR. Now on paper you might think Gen.G stand a chance, but no. Remember what Verno did to Gen.G.
What would my pick'ems be? Should I do pick'ems? How do I do pick'ems? Should I do them in the game?
It's MIBR all the way.
Are you supposed to do them in the game now or something?
Controversial, but I'm with you on that one. What do we have next? Oh, Billy versus Team Liquid. I'm sorry, but they're gonna take this. I've got them. Yeah, I have them winning this, and they're gonna go up against Sen.
Holy.
Because Billy against NA teams, iconic. Okay. So that's who they're going to be playing, and then Team Liquid.
I'm putting Team Liquid versus WE. Sadly, no Nats, no win.
Do you think they're going to get farmed by both? Well, we'll get there. Okay, this is the tough one, though. Team Heretics and PRX.
Why do Wolverhampton Wanderers have a team in VCT? I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
The fuck is this advert?
I don't believe in the mini.
Hello?
It's Team Heretics all the way. Where are they?
The thing is, I'm so 50-50.
What is this?
I'm going to allow you to do it, but I just don't. I feel like it's so 50-50. Okay,
guys, shorty, that's not real.
Let's keep going. Okay, MIBR versus
shorty, that's not real.
That's. We have 10 seconds?
10 seconds? What? Okay.
Hold on. Put them there.
You want MIBR in?
I'm going to go. Okay, wait. Hold on. Then Liquid, and then we got paper. Yeah, we're going.
Okay, that's here too, because I'm on fucking incognito mode. Fuck.
Yep, Liquid are gone. Wait, Wolves.
Okay.
Wolves, Heretics, that's Heretics.
Wolves can't be 1-1. Wolves have
it's
no,
Wolves beat Heretic, or TL.
No, they don't.
No?
That's why I have to wait.
I
That's why I put
killed
TO
Team
there.
Liquid.
I already put
What?
them there. There's
They
no
can't
way.
win and lose.
There's
Okay.
no way. Wolves are losing. I'm sorry.
Okay,
MIBR
you hate
advancing.
Wolves.
And Sen. It's Sen. Where's Sentinels?
Sentinels are in. Okay.
Yes, put Sentinels
Curious
there.
that both America's teams seemingly
Me
insta
when the
win.
production said.
Okay, where do I do
30
pick'ems?
seconds enough.
Esports.
It's not enough. It's not.
Pick'ems.
What do we have next?
Wait, they can't be here. They're here. I'm so confused.
And then advance. That makes no. You have Billy win. Oh wait, yeah, no, they are there. You're right.
Oh, it's just advancing?
You're a
This
bad
is- I'm not-
sociologist. You're not
Can I not
like
just
us.
pick?
Okay,
Oh,
unlike
God.
Heretics? Wait, how are Heretics losing?
Okay, let me do the
MIBR,
actual
that's
pick'ems.
crazy, but sure, they're in
Yeah,
there.
And then I can add the
That's not
ones.
happening. Okay, so
That-
yeah, and I think that's a reasonable top.
such
that
a
was what I was
noob.
going with, but
Yeah.
we took a
I
long
wish you were Brent.
road to get there. But
yeah.
I think that's the perfect top 4. Actually, that's who I would have predicted. So perfect.
Perfect.
Toss, are you going to toss back to yourself?
Hello.
Oh my
Andrew.
god, it's so difficult.
What are you thinking of right now? You know, I'm thinking that me and Wyatt, first of all, he trolled me.
Are Genji
the whole
actually
thing.
good?
Second of all, we literally talked afterwards, and both of us thought that MIBR was losing that second matchup, and that they shouldn't be instantly going through. So I don't know how we ended up with what we did.
I like the suit.
I think this is where I go.
Most important trophy in the
I know that
Rockies
Nats
right
isn't
back to this.
playing.
Now, let's talk about the patch we're going to be playing on. This will be 10.10. And Mel, do you anticipate that this will actually, I guess, remove Tejo out of the meta?
Absolutely. I think it goes without saying at this point. I think Teo is fully dead. I don't even imagine really any map. The only map he could have been played on was Fracture, but we all know
Yeah,
how
we also
that's
got rid
going
of
down.
that.
So I think it's going to be very tough to justify right
Genji.
now.
It's bad news for Tejo, but I also think it's kind of
I
bad
can't
news
not
for
put
Bleach.
Paper X in.
Bleach paired so nicely with Tejo, and with Tejo just getting yanked out of the meta. I think a lot of teams are going to stop playing the
I think
Bleach, maybe
I think
stop playing, like,
reasonably
more
this
double initiator comps and pivot into either more double duelist, double
Undefeated?
sentinel ideas without those two
God.
sort of meta defining
I guess I guess we're locked in. I guess we're locked
I
in.
do. I think he might have
Do I-
taken
is
the
that it?
most
I'm
time,
locked
'cause like I
in?
said, I don't
I'm
think there's
done?
really
Do I
any
need to-
viability for him at this point, but it was
Gotta
really
believe in the
interesting
train.
how
The
Rogue
train
Nation
runs
back
off
for a
of
couple months here.
coal
And of course, there's a change in
Human
the map war as well, and
sacrifices,
I'm so happy we have you here,
and
Mel,
belief.
because Tell us what you've been doing on Sunset. You
Oh,
know, you guys
man.
actually had an opportunity.
Hot take, I'm a big fan of Sunset, not in terms of, oh, I love the map's design, but in terms of, I just love abusing and exploiting all the cheesiness
You
of the
really
map.
like winning, I'm hearing.
I love winning. I love winning. I'll do whatever it takes to win. Like, you see here, I don't even take the 1v1 fight. I'm full sticking, and that's something we love doing. Like, playing post-plan on this map is just insane. Just getting off, planting the bomb, falling back into B main, playing spam. You might think, oh, it's all gone because there's no more pings, but oh, I rest assured it is still well and alive to do
Yeah,
that.
the two main like plant spots, both on stage.
I loved
and
watching
both on sites,
GCC.
like, well, there's not a lot of places to actually defuse this
Like
stuff, so
Shopify,
very much
they
gets
looked like they had a
And-
bunch of
and Ender,
protocols,
$1 million question.
like
Who
how
does
to
this
play
map will
post plants like properly and
honestly,
correctly,
remember how good
and they kept
Sentinels were,
losing,
like,
and then
initially on Sunset
there was
back
like
in the day?
a
Like,
part
they were, like,
one
early innovators
there was like a
from,
round in the
Neo,
tournament or a couple of
ideas
rounds
that
where they
was
just said
great
fuck it, we're just gonna play
and a lot of
offsite
teams
post
going back
and just
to playing
spam every
comps
single
on
round,
Sunset, 'cause
and then they
literally
just started
seeing
doing
this
that
out
every
with
single
Tejo,
fucking
I
map.
think teams that excelled like Sen in the past are gonna be really good.
Like they
Okay,
understood
well,
how
let's
to
see.
play it
Let's see if they
properly,
actually play it.
lost,
Now,
and then we're
it's
just
time
like
for
fuck
our
it, we just
master
played
card
cheese.
fan poll, and we want to know which region
Like
you
Haven, they were like they
think
stopped
Tejo
playing
the
Seaside on
trophy.
Haven and started just
Scan the
running
QR
down
code to
C
cast
long.
your vote, and we'll have the results later on. And while
Did
you're
you speak
at it,
with Stiggy
tell
about
us who you're rooting
Geocast?
for with the hashtags Valorant Masters or VCT, so we can feature you on the broadcast. As
Are you back in the
well.
engine room?
I'm
I
interested to
guess
see how
so.
this poll's gonna,
I've not really
pan
confirmed
out,
with
Mel. Do you
Stiggy what
think there could
the.
be a clear front runner coming into this tournament?
I think
Regionally,
so.
I think he's built a new train for us.
I mean, I have an America's bias, but even I would say I don't think there's necessarily like a big standout. I mean, obviously besides G2 and hence like America's, but I think EMEA does have a pretty good shot here as well. I
Ooh.
genuinely believe that.
Yeah, unfortunately, America's
No
got
hope.
burned once before already this year when we were supremely
Yes.
confident. So I refuse to be that confident this time.
Yeah, I've never been confident. For sure
PRX
about
by
EMEA.
side, do they have a
Never
decent
tasted that
chance? In
before.
today's
For sure
game,
not, for sure not.
the way,
Well,
if I was being an
your
unbiased
thoughts,
analyst,
you
the way I
are
would describe it
watching
is
from
that if
home, this is the
Heretics
part
come
where
into
you
this
might be
game
feeling some FOMO
with
because
any
your
fear
boy
whatsoever,
is
then
living
Heretics
the dream out here
are
to
going to
multiply our
struggle.
awesome fans.
Like if Heretics come into this game
We're back here in the fan activation zone, sitting in front of the meet and greet table.
not confident enough and start slow at all, then I think PRX win. If Heretics have got over their kind of like imposter syndrome or like their kind of confidence issues that they seem to kind of display sometimes, then they should beat PRX.
I've already met my favorite player, so I don't need to go and line up.
Like the ceiling for Heretics is extremely high.
Doing the meet and greet?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Sue, we were already down there. You missed it. We already met like a bunch of.
Did Pac-Man make it to Toronto? I believe so.
I missed out. All right, okay. I'm gonna have to check the schedule and see.
TH have a pretty major map pool advantage? I wouldn't say so.
Mel, you
I wouldn't say so, no. I think maybe slightly, but not major. Fracture going out helps.
You're someone's MVP, Christy.
Fracture going out helps Heretics quite a lot because Heretics hate Fracture. Do not buy Sliggy's bias that like PRX's Fracture is bad. I think that PRX's comp isn't the best comp on Fracture, but it's not as bad as Sliggy thinks. So I think that Fracture going out for this matchup is bad for PRX. Sunset being in the pool is good for both teams. I think that because PRX generally ban Haven, that's a good ban to have against Heretics because that's probably Heretics' favorite map.
My favorite team, and I will go out.
So for to me, the other maps are quite even. Like there's some maps that one team's better at probably, and other maps that the other team's better at. So I don't think there's a big advantage.
I think Forsaken. I think Forsaken will look really nice with that bracelet as well. I think it suits him. Yeah.
Did you have a situation while coaching where a player was making a mistake and you knew that he was making a mistake, but they wouldn't listen to you?
That's just how it goes. We're gonna have a T1 situation.
I mean, I wouldn't say they wouldn't listen to me, but they might keep making that mistake. Sometimes it would just be about me trying to figure out a way in which to convince them or show them that it's not working. And so sometimes I would make it like if I was if like when I watch practice, right, I have my like notepad and I'm writing down all the rounds in all my notes. So that's like my main one, and then I'd also probably have like a second notepad for the player's specific weakness, and make sure that like I was creating almost like a court case, right? Like I'm the lawyer trying to find all the evidence for this player making these mistakes and showing them what happens when they happen. And I'd collate it all and probably like sit down with the player and be like, look, I've collated this all. It's clearly a problem. Can we like sort this out?
Yeah, it's the track by track. Are you on the train? I have to mention it. The PRX train?
I'm a big believer in the improvement they've made. Like, it is so clear how.
Did I help PRX? I'll be okay. I'm gonna be really. I have to be really upfront. I have not helped PRX that much for this tournament. I've worked like 1.5 days for this tournament. So they were very busy with other tournaments, and then they took a bit of a break, and then I did about 1.5 days. So I can't really take any credit if they win.
Matchup that Benji Fishy and Neil Zenio wanted. So take a look at this clip from the spike drop a few weeks ago.
For me, the main one I would love to play against is PRX.
Oh.
PRX, but I mean they haven't qualified yet as we record this.
Yeah.
But that is a team I would love to play against just because.
Clout as well.
Throwback.
Are we fucked or no? No, you're not fucked.
When we played against them and we lost, and I got a lot of hate for that game, because I was I was very emotional during that game.
Well, more than him.
I mean, okay.
Maybe. I mean,
we were very emotional.
I probably set off a bad example, which then led to Benji getting a bit more emotional.
If Heretics rematch Fnatic, will Heretics win? I think it'll be very close. It would like people. I think will presume that Fnatic blow them out again, but I think it'll be very close. But again, it really depends on what Heretics are we gonna see. Are we gonna see the Heretics from kickoff that look kind of dog shit and not confident, or are we going to see the Heretics from stage 1 up until the last part of playoffs? Or are we going to see the end of playoffs Heretics? Like, it really just depends on what mode this team is in. It feels like.
I can't imagine how that feels. Like just being so close.
Hello, Liz.
Every time.
I'm sorry, Liz.
Okay.
I feel so bad,
You
but
said it
I just want to
already.
watch by myself.
It's
I'm sorry.
kind of the second place team versus the second place team matchup.
It is.
This is ludicrous, by the way. This is so
overcome
bad.
that mental hurdle because it is very much. A
By the
real
way, this graphic
mental
looks
demon
really
you have
nice
to overcome.
because
It's not just talked up for the point of narrative.
in
Like, when it's
EMEA, like the
happened
color,
that
the brand colors are like so
consistently, something is
ugly.
going wrong, but I think at this
They're
point,
like
both these
graphics
teams
like
are
this
show
never
that
look amazing,
they can actually try
but
to
this
win.
graphic looks really
There's
nice.
something going wrong, but there's also something going right when
For
you
them to
make
get to that
that
point.
many finals. You know,
Right.
group stage, Swiss stage demons, both of these teams, and the fact they're coming in this opening match playing against each other. First of all, there can only be one second place in this game.
Who do I have
Second of all,
winning?
you're both
I
six
mean,
squads.
They are, and we throw this word redemption around, you know, a lot, but it really is about redemption with Team
Hey, Alfie,
Heretics.
thank you very much.
And there is just no reason for them to lose that final in EMEA. They have to redeem themselves.
I think they'll
Yeah,
rebrand
it's gonna
soon
be a
at some
big,
point.
I think, talking point throughout the tournament, you know, because you don't have a lot of time. You can't just keep losing.
The
and you have
the
to be
thing
able to
about
bounce
predictions
back
for
in a
me
big
is that
way.
I know that I'm
For me,
literally wearing
I
a
still
PRX
come in
jersey right
with a
now,
very high
but I
opinion of
genuinely
this
hate
team.
doing
Yes, they
predictions,
lost
and
that
I'm not
final
very
Fnatic.
good at them.
I think Fnatic is a fantastic team as well. And for
I
my
would
money,
say that
they're
Heretics
the
would be
best second
slightly
seed
favored,
coming in
like maybe
to the
like
Swiss stage.
slightly
I
favored.
completely agree with you. And looking
But
at the
it's
map,
very,
Mel,
very
they will
close.
have Sunset coming back into this, and they were one of the teams that just spammed this map when it was in the pool before.
They are one of the, they have the most value from this patch, I think, like by far. Not only is there like permaban, like their worst map really factors
Would you
things
consider
out,
doing this
but the
more
fact
for
that, like,
other
not
teams
Teo
where
is
they
in
come
here
with you with
either,
a specific
and
thing
on
they
these
like to
maps,
improve on?
they're already playing non-Teo. It's like kind of like
So
a perfect
PRX came to me with a
I don't want
specific
to
thing they
jinx them, but
wanted
it's
to
a perfect
improve on,
situation for them really
which
to
I think
finally
is a
get
very
win.
good
Yeah,
approach.
and honestly, like one of the things that I'm looking
But
at in
I
Heretics
didn't
gameplay
just
for
give
teams
them
to
help
break
on
down
that one
is their
thing, you know.
attack.
Like
Like,
I
it's
basically
so
said,
good
okay,
when
like
they're running
I'm
their
gonna go
exits
look
with
at
mini
what
boots
I think
in
the
the
problems
front,
are,
and teams that,
and I
if you watch
diagnosed
games
some
in the playoffs,
problems
like
for
Team
them that I
Liquid
wanted to
play a lot of, like,
fix,
solo
but
site anchors.
the way their
Heretics are going
system
to
works
run
means
over
that
those teams.
I
Teams
wasn't
that have
able
you know,
to
play together,
do as
play
much
more.
on the
We take
things
slight
that I thought
advantage
were going to be
against
easy
Fnatic. I think
fixes.
Fnatic came in with a very
Like they weren't
strong
as
game
easy
plan
fixes
that
as
was
I
able
thought
to
they'd be.
beat Heretics, and that's
So
the
the way I
adaptation
work with
need
them
to
now
see
is a
if
lot
Theo
about
overcomes it.
just
I
like
also think they might fuel
giving them feedback about things
if
that-
you guys watch some of the vlogs Heretics put
like
out,
macro
Neil Senior
things
has
I
some
try to give them
really,
feedback
really
on.
strong words to say to his
I don't
boys
try
after that grand final loss. In fact, he
fuck
said,
with them
"This
too
is the
much
first
big
time I've been
picture.
disappointed in you guys. We just shut down. It was just losers
But like I
mentality. You
accept
can't
like
turn
the
up
comps they're
to a
playing and stuff
grand
and kind of
finals
figure
like
out
that.
like,
But
okay,
Mel,
this is
that
the
is where
style
you
they like
learn
to
the
play,
most.
and then I
When
try
you
and figure out
lose
like,
like
what
that.
would be
I mean, would
better
you rather
ways to
take
do some
second
of the
at the
things they do,
regional,
you know.
Or would you rather take second on this stage, right? You could absolutely see this as a learning moment to go forward. And honestly, it's rare we hear snippets
What's
like
the
this
win
so
condition for
much,
both
and
teams?
it's
That's a good
because it's coming
question.
from a place
Win
of
condition for
passion, like, they
Heretics
just
is
want
to
win.
literally
They've got second
it's
so
just their
many times,
confidence,
and I love
honestly.
hearing that. Honestly, I know it's
Like
really hard to really
Heretics,
see,
if
but
they
I
if they
love it.
start to doubt
Especially
themselves in
a
this
year that
game
has
at
so
all,
many ups and downs,
if they
right? Kickoff
imposter syndrome
completely
themselves this
flubbed
game,
out
then
of
they
that
lose.
one to then have such a big run, like you have to be able to reset so
What's the win
quickly.
condition
In a
for
game like
PRX,
Valorant,
though?
where You're playing a different tournament every month, it seems like.
And Chrissy, you mentioned Mini Boo a little bit
Mm.
earlier. Just how pivotal do you think Mini Boo is to this team?
Completely key to this team, especially on their attacking side.
I think it's the same. Like if that's
if that's
Heretics' weakness,
just entry pathing,
then PRX need to bring the fight
to
Heretics early.
His stuns, he is just going to blow up your
I
sights.
told them one thing they could do to try and
I think it's one thing to have insane neon.
piss them
You
off
can
a little
gameplay
bit.
all you want. You
Like
can
I
say,
think
"Alright,
PRX
neon's
should be
gonna
looking
play,
to
let's
piss
put
off
them this way."
Heretics
But at the end
and
of the
like
day, you
make
have to
them
hit
make
shot
them
on a
start
sliding neon while
getting
you're stunned.
unconfident
And I
as
feel like
quickly as
Team Heretics
possible.
also does a great job of target confirming. Both
Like PRX,
using
all
their,
they
like,
need to do is
detail,
play
like,
like
a drone or a
they
dart,
do
or by
usually,
him jump peeking
but
and then
maybe
stunning off
even
the
add
jumping.
a little
It's
bit more
so strong,
spice.
and it feels almost impossible to play against.
I like that they have their own identity too, Rymel. You know, you mentioned it. They were already moving off to the Tejo at playoffs in EMEA.
I don't think PRX ever have an
It feels like they
issue with
played
their
into
confidence,
comfort, and it also
though.
played perfectly into the upcoming patch. It was like a future-proofing in a sense for their team comp.
Yeah, and honestly, I think in terms of future-proofing, it's got to be looking at Miniboo, because I think that when this team has Miniboof performing well, Heretics are riding highs, but he'll go through slumps where the team is also going to struggle.
There
This
are some
tournament has to be a high
fundamentals
for
that
him if they
PRX
wanna
need
do
to
damage.
remember
Yeah, they
too.
have to learn from, you know, some of the emotions we heard them talk about
Like
as well,
I'm,
because I think
I
that's
don't want to
what-
go too
that's
much
when it
into
kills them a
details,
little bit
but
when
there
they
are some
get
things
too
that
emotional. Yeah,
if
but we don't have Maybe
Heretics
right now,
if
but we do
Heretics
have
prep
his older
properly,
brother, Boom, Let's hear
there are
what he
some
has to
things
say
that
to Gen Lee
Paper
ahead of
Rex
today's
need to be
opening match.
careful about.
Hello everyone,
And I'm
Jen Lee
hoping
here
that they
with
don't
Boo.
leave
Now, Boo,
some
I
of
know
the
you guys have been
gaps.
waiting for this matchup, so how excited?
I'm very excited to play against PRX again because last time, you know, we lost, but this time it's going to be different.
Right, so when it comes to the rematch today, and the
I think
mindset
the
you
fact
guys
that it's a
have
rematch too
going
is
into
good for
today,
Paper X.
Where are you?
Like if they start
this
beating
time
them, like
versus the
Heretics
last
might
time
get
you
into that
faced
mode of like,
PRX?
oh shit, like we're just gonna lose again.
I think the main difference is we are more experienced now, more mature, but the mindset doesn't change. We still take it game by game, and today we came here to slow down the train.
PRX
Are you stupid to think these
Alright,
matches are
good luck
scripted?
today.
I mean, yes.
Hope you slow down. Choo-choo.
Well, not many teams have been able to do that so far. Maybe Heretics could be the one, but let's talk about this train, Mel. Let's get the people
absolutely.
caught up, those that haven't been watching Pacific. What's been going on with Paper Rex? What is this whole train thing?
I mean, Paper Rex, as you were saying earlier, we're on the cusp of not even making playoffs. They make the roster change and benching Mind Freak and adding Patman, and they've lost one game, and then they went flawless until grand finals. It's been insane.
Yeah.
Track by track.
Track by track, yeah. I think Sliggy is there, you know, waving the flag, tooting the horn. But honestly, like, I think that this team made a lot of very considerable improvements. They've also talked about like how they've been working.
I'm
with
kinda
Mini
nervous.
to,
I get
you know, shore up
nervous.
the defensive side. He's done a lot
I get a
of
little
work
bit nervous,
with the team,
guys.
and I think it's very
I've never
clear
watched.
in
I've
the
never.
fundamentals of
I've
how
never
this
watched
team
part of the
plays,
team
right?
that like
I think early on in the year they were playing hyper individual.
Like obviously when Fnatic play, like I kind of like do have some allegiance, but like
they have started playing much better around each other, combing off their
I get a little bit
taking
nervous.
together, and that has showed in their gameplay.
The problem
you're
is like
saying is if
again,
they
like I haven't
lose,
done
we
too
can
much
blame
work with them for Toronto,
It's
so I don't
it's
really
a
feel the same as like if I had done if I had done lots of
But
work.
that's a big if, 'cause
Then
looking at
then
the
I'd
map,
feel
there are
very
some
very locked in
places
right
that
now.
they like to go that are traditional
Like if I had done a lot of
weaknesses
work,
for
I
Team
probably wouldn't
Heretics
even
as well, so
co-stream
the
this
map
right now.
It's going to be very, very interesting.
But I
let's talk about
still-
Patman real quick.
I
Talk
still
me
feel a
through,
little bit
you know, his
nervous.
agent pool, who is he? What do you think of him?
Honestly, I think that Patman really fixes a lot of the agent comps that PRX try to run.
I'm gonna get kind of
Pretty much
angry.
just a dedicated initiator player that can play the flashes, can play scout.
I'm
can
gonna
play
be getting
Viper,
kind of angry.
on some certain maps, but what it
Oh,
allows
they're gonna
the
make some
rest of the team,
mistakes.
his
They're gonna be making a lot of
flexibility
mistakes,
means
and
that
I'm not gonna be
something
very
is
happy.
not gonna have to be playing the initiator role. Something can be on the Yor or the Jet. Like he can be opping, and that works so
But
well
the
for PRX.
Brimstone, though.
Yeah, look, he can play his
Like for
Brimstone
reference, like
I'll
I
give that.
I kind of
Every other
know
map, I
what
wanna
comps and
see
stuff they're
Yor.
running on
It's
most of the
funny you
maps, but
say
I've
that
not
'cause
been
he
like
does bring
super
that,
like
finally some level of a consistency in terms of
I'm
role,
not like
and still throughout all that
I don't
Sage
know
is
what they're
still
doing with all
playing
their
with
maps
8
like
different
100%.
but it is mind-boggling. He
So it's
still
gonna be
finds a way to flex
a lot of this might
I'm
be
so
in the
happy
moment
you mentioned
reactions
it, because
too.
It's been a while since we've seen Forsaken as well. He's back somehow, like you said, with an even bigger agent pool, even more flexibility. And speaking of Forsaken,
I don't think that
he managed to
I don't
check
think
in with
Leo's
Gen
trialing for his
Lee a little
vitality,
bit earlier.
by the way.
Hello everyone, Jen Lee here
Like,
with Forsaken. Now Forsaken,
I have-
welcome to Masters. Team Heretics,
don't think
though,
that's
they're
true.
very, very excited to face you guys. They want their revenge, and we're expecting a lot of firepower from both teams as well. So what is
The source was
formula
Tanmei,
against Team
who
Heretics
consistently gets things wrong.
I mean, I'm really excited to meet them as well. I think it's gonna be a banger match, and since like they made a grand final a couple of times, we knew that they're really tough opponents.
Like,
But
I-
the last time we met them, we win.
like it-
so I believe
I
that
don't
we
know
can win
either
again this
way.
time, and the formula, I think we just have to be
But
confident. And I also believe
wait, let's
whoever
listen.
win this match, I think we'll go far in this event. So
Okay.
That's
It's
the
an important
confidence.
match.
yeah, it's
Bro,
important,
show us your
really, really
biceps,
important.
bro. Show us
Right,
your
good luck.
biceps.
Thank you.
You see that vein? You see that fucking vein? That guy's
I
been
mean,
pumping
long-term
iron.
Forsaken enjoyers and viewers might be surprised by that answer because he's traditionally pretty used to downplaying his team at global events. There was one time where he was like, I would rate us 5 out of 10. It was
Lol,
like 3
he
out
is
of 10 at one
weak?
point as well. So is
Bro.
this a good thing, Mel, that he seems way more confident coming into this compared to previous times?
I honestly, and you know, clock me if I'm being parasocial here, but I mean, I don't know why I said that, but I feel like a part of this is because I feel like he's
This
really growing
motherfucker.
into a true leadership
He's
role on the
ready.
team.
Look at
Like,
this
I know we talked about
vascular
before,
man.
PRX, who's IGLing here, right? Like
This
what's
guy's
going on? And
ready.
we've always been like, it's this guy, this guy, this guy. But I heard from Mini's stream that he's also been trying to kind of morph and mold him into an IGL, like dedicated for the team. And I think that really
Mel's
shows
just-
even
Mel's
in
just
interviews
lying.
like that, just how he
Mel's
holds
just
himself,
lying.
the voice he has, how he lifts up his team instead of underrating. When you're an IGL, you really kind of need that delusional confidence. And I'm not gonna
I'll be honest with you.
I'm not gonna go as far to say that he is straight up IGLing for the team, but we can see like kind of moments like that that kind of give us a little bit of insight of what's going on in the team.
I also just, I personally like to see the confidence after not getting to see him in the team earlier
Yes.
on in the year, right?
I think
Especially
my comment was
Bangkok
more
a
like,
tournament where it felt like everyone was starting to play like a lot
to be
more
fair, I think I was
duelist
trying to
ideas,
get
like
him to
T1's
take
like,
some more
"Oh,
responsibility
oh,
on some of the things that I initially identified as problems in the team. But I'll be honest,
This is just silly.
Like,
But that's
It's
the
not
thing,
tr-
like,
it's
you
not
can
really
run
true.
double vision with Forsaken or without him, like he can play
so yeah.
everything.
It's just the silliest thing, but I mean, we talked about how Heretics
Thank you,
have
Ivy.
a trophy that eluded
How are you
them, but
doing,
they've
Ivy?
only
I'm
really
very well.
been
I'm a little bit nervous.
Good, you know, at the global stage for a year and a half. But PRX have been here since 2021, and there's still no trophy on the global
Did Colin
stage.
say it was
Gotten
false?
close. Few
What's
times.
this?
Yeah.
Never fully pulled it together, and now not even coming in as like the favorite of the event,
that's just me.
right? So for them to go on a run, it would be a continuation of what they built.
I
in
like,
stage one regionally,
uh,
right, where they were the team that was discounted
and
early
there's
on. Then they start building
Jumper.
up. The
But
train
whenever
starts
I have
moving, but
knitted,
there's
whenever
so
I wear
much
knit
more
stuff,
left to
I
do to
sweat
go that full
so
distance
much,
to finally
man.
get that trophy.
Is it time?
Like, I love,
you know,
like,
is
a
it
nice
their
knitted
tournament, Mel?
sweater.
Is there something in the air for PRX?
But I just
I
feel like shit
you're
wearing them.
influencing me. I can
Yeah.
honestly starting to feel the hype build. Like at first I had like basic economy tickets
Just-
on the
just-
train, but like maybe if you
Especially,
get
like,
me in the
quality
first
stuff, it's, like,
upgrade,
itchy and
you're
warm.
getting me this
Itchy and
upgrade. Like
too
I'm
warm.
starting to believe myself.
I'll check for
Thank you for the
upgrades
circle,
for
no
sure.
problem.
Look, I'm
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask
Oh,
you. So
wow.
I know what you're gonna say. That's
Hello,
why I was-
anti-hero strat king. Shorty, we
we
had a VIP channel push forward? No. The VIPs are determined by me.
Denied, access denied. But we are moments away.
Hello,
from
MBS. How you
walkouts,
doing?
and our first
Is
two
this the
teams
place
are
that sells
ready to
tickets?
take the
I-
stage. So to
I'm just
everyone
a
here
humble
currently
coal
in the
shoveler.
arena, head down to the fan zone for a
I think
very
Sliggy's stream is
big
where you buy
welcome.
tickets.
But here on the
Although I
desk
think
for
that-
us, it's time for the results.
I don't know
of
what's
this
going on
week.
with the train. I presume it's being
Yeah,
rebuilt.
just do your wave. I want to wave as
I
well.
hope it's
You're
been
left
rebuilt.
out. Oh, yeah, shout out to the fans. They're waving back at us.
You have to
But
believe us,
this
they are waving
is
back. You
the
have to.
result for our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you which region was going to take home the Masters Toronto trophy, and the results are in.
Bro,
I
no one from
cannot
China
believe
uses
only
Twitter, that's why.
3.2% for CN. Do people believe just EDG that much, and they think that EDG are not here, then their
Yeah.
hopes are gone?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say so.
It's all on EDG, yeah.
That's
But
surprising.
also, I don't know. Like, I was able to talk to Rarka yesterday, and he told me that he was the worst duelist in the tournament. So, I'm like, he's not even believing in himself. What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Okay, don't
how does that
don't
one
tell
quote
me
go?
that.
Appear weak when you are strong.
The problem with this, though, is that
Writing this down.
Colin
Colin
isn't seedy enough to make it like this, but when you ask questions to people in, like, high up places,
But you know the one.
you have to be very specific with your language. Like, Colin could be like, we're not dropping Leo, because that's not how that works anyway. They wouldn't drop Leo. They would sell or trade Leo.
But looking at the
that make sense?
predictions here,
So, like, you have to be very
cannot
careful asking questions to
believe
people
only
in
Uber events
positions of
for
power
Team
like that,
Liquid.
because they could just, like,
That's
lie,
insane.
telling the truth, if that makes sense. I don't think Colin's doing that, though. I think Colin's just telling the truth. Like, there's no plans around Leo. Like,
Team Heretics winning.
Yeah, I do
The
have Team
PaperX
Heretics
game,
winning.
and you're trying to convince me to put PaperX.
Well,
And look at me, I got PaperX here.
This is the thing.
who's
PaperX
on the
are winning
train?
Tournament, but they're gonna have to, you know,
not
find
on the
themselves
train, not
early
on the
on.
train.
They can't do a
The hero's
flawless
journey.
This is
It's
like
a
some
good
Simone
storyline.
Biles.
Wyatt,
mental
Paper
gymnastics.
Thin,
I don't
Achilles,
know what
Jen,
you're
and
saying.
They're
Mel.
gonna lose that opening game.
I
They're gonna
mean,
learn so much
where the
from
fuck was
it, come
Yinsu in
back
that as
stronger
well? Was
and
Yinsu
deliver
on the
us a
train?
Crazy lower bracket run, you know?
Uh-huh.
Is that not what we want though? We want the drama. We want some stories. We don't.
She
just
was
want
on
a
Heretics?
flawless run. That's boring.
I don't know. I would take a flawless. You would take a flawless.
Would I?
No?
Wait, but
I always root for the 3 maps.
I
Every single
still
event.
think the elephant in the room on that graphic is the fact that only 2 people chose Liquid. I know Nat is not here, but we don't believe in Penny? You don't believe in Penny?
I would not go that far. I
Take
did
that
not
back.
say that.
What's up?
No, we believe in Penny.
Why did you say
Penny
Billy
is the-
Billy?
Penny
I like
is
trying to
undefeated
remove
in Tier
Yinsu.
1 Valorant this year.
Yeah, so then why did you
True.
say Billy Billy if
I'm
you
like,
believe in Penny so much?
Because
Darling.
he's got Nats. He's an emergency sub.
Okay, we'll see.
Nats is just
argue
the
with that.
GOAT.
I mean, we
Wait, was
unfortunately
Ender on
do
the
not
train?
have the script, you know? We
Yeah.
just We just guess. We
Is
just
Ender on the
guess.
train?
But
He's on the train, right?
this is where the road to redemption begins. We have 2 matches laced with a lot of emotions and unfinished business. Today we bring.
It's not
Team
anything to do with
Heretics
women. Mel's on the
versus
train.
PRX. Billy
Jen's on the
taking
train.
Team Liquid. It's time to kick off day 1 of Masters Toronto.
Train about to crash day 1. How do we get rid of this person? I don't know how to kick people for like a little bit of time. The thing is I would ban him, but I think that's too mean. Bro, that bright red image just made me probably fucking gammon colored.
In an instant, the moment collapses.
Sorry, my glorious leader. Train runs on time every day.
Every choice, now a memory.
Every choice now a memory. Every decision now a question.
But opportunity rises again.
Opportunity.
The moment is in your hands. Squeeze the trigger.
Ready, set, go.
Squeeze the trigger. Squeeze that trigger. KO. Why is KO getting such love these days? In the graphics. Are these actually any players that they've kind of referenced here, or are they just random drawings? I know you hear it too. I'm just trying to think about the lines.
Ready, set, go.
Oh, hello?
To lock in a game-winning play, you have to lose track of everything.
There's no... Oh, we don't lose our tracks. We know what track we're on.
Being comfortable in chaotic situations, that's flow state.
You're completely focused that whole time. Then
A train fucking hits you. Oh my god, it's literally track. It's a track.
It's a battle of whose mental is stronger. When the lights go off, the game moves in slow motion.
I believe Asper sees the game in slow motion, I'm not gonna lie. That guy's so fucking good.
You're not second guessing. You're just doing.
Oh my god, Zelsis is literally a Viper.
You can't think about anything else but executing your play. I think about that a lot.
Can you activate stream on YouTube as well? I should be streaming on YouTube right now. Am I not streaming on YouTube? I'm not looking at YouTube chat, unfortunately. So, but I should be on YouTube.
Less so about focusing on yourself,
Oh, this dweeb, man.
more on your teammates.
Yeah, I'm such a great leader. Blah 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 blah. My name's supposed to.
To be the greatest leader.
Oh look, it's me.
Even when you fall apart, you still have your teammate.
That's how much aura I have. I still make it into these fucking videos.
It's not easy for me to beat from out of balance.
I want to get my revenge.
This time we're not.
Where's PRX?
太阳升起，把昨天忘记。
他们从竞争赛一路登顶，点在顶峰。
I think it's just about the feeling.
There we go.
It's like one mind together as a team.
One train. Goes in one direction.
Reflection. Redemption.
Toronto! Let me hear you!
across the globe have been battling relentlessly through Split 1.
What's the name of the
to
stream?
get to this moment
Coach Mini,
here
right?
On this stage
Isn't it
in
this?
Toronto, where their biggest challenge is
I think.
about to start. Which team will rise
No,
up to the occasion
fuck, it's not that.
to become the next
It's not that. You can't click
Well, we're
that.
about to find out.
Is it
Toronto,
this?
Let's get this started. The Thursday Masters, Cabos, Magna!
What's that? I like that they got an announcer now, Mr. Vans. Oh, the Wu-Cat music's quite good, man.
Heretics versus PRX.
Look as well, I got my own name and a number. But I went for the number 2 for obvious reasons. I have another PRX jersey that's Alex's. He gave me once.
This is a rematch for the ages to kick us off.
Is it 2 because you're 2 foot tall? No, it's because I've only ever talked to 2 women before.
It absolutely has, but the hype has stayed the same, too. I'm getting chills when they're walking out onto stage. We got the Sunnies all ready to go. Both teams.
It's fake aura, by the way. This fake aura. It's real. Oh my god, you can I can feel it.
Have changed. Sunset is in play, but will we see it, Mel? Is that a risk you think to pick Sunset?
To pick Sunset.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
A phenomenal team on
Nice.
Sunset to pick it off the
Okay,
gate.
scared.
Yeah, well,
Pussies.
Heretics have decided to
Pearl.
go to
That's
Lotus
worse.
instead of Sunset. I think that's a mistake.
Interesting.
It's hard to know, right?
No, it's not. There's no good choice here for them. No good choice for them
What
here.
I'm interested in is Pearl Icebox.
Ascent ban is rough, kinda, because Heretics kinda suck at Ascent. Don't hate the map, Vito. Don't hate it.
Here is a stat. Do you two want to guess how many times
This doesn't
the 3
surprise me.
EMEA teams in
Heretics
this
generally
tournament
suck at this map.
played
It doesn't
Pearl
surprise me.
during stage 1 of EMEA?
So
Fnatic, Heretics, and Liquid, how many times did they play Pearl combined?
I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna say
1.
I-
They
I'm-
played it 1 time, and it was Team Heretics.
Oh.
So this is not an EMEA map. If anything, like you said, we
There
are
are some
terrible
things
at
that I
this.
did tell them about this map.
PaperX clearly have done their homework. Mel, we
There
all
are
have
some
the
things.
Sunset. Does this favor
There are some things.
Now you know the map?
There are some things.
Honestly, it
There are
really
some
depends.
things that
I
I'm
think
worried
even though,
about.
Like both of them are gonna take the map picks, and then it's gonna go to a third map for sure.
Yeah, honestly, for me, I'm just curious to see what we're playing in terms of agents, right? Because neither team was super aboard the Taeho train.
Yeah.
But on this map of Pearl, PaperX had been playing Jet Phoenix tops.
Yeah.
Which
I think I'm in the
unique
same
to say
position.
the
I still
least
think
on
that
this map, but play very
the map
differently to a
was
lot of other
fine for
ideas.
both
Phoenix
teams.
so good for both aim main control and fighting.
And I'm
around
still in the
that
same
mid space.
position.
I'm really interested to see how Team Heretics really deal with teams running a double duelist comp against them as well, not just on Pearl, but overall, because normally they don't really run into double duelist.
I'm interested to see what Heretics do with their comp. Heretics were running
however, PaperX kind of has an
Jet,
advantage because, I mean, we all have seen the APAC comps. They are
Yoru
crazy.
on this
They've
map
seen
before, I
everything.
believe.
They've seen it all. They've scrimmed it all. So I'm really interested to see. I think PaperX does have an advantage in dealing with double duelist comps against them. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
And also, I think in dealing with Miniboo's Neon as well, because there's a lot of Neon that we see.
Or was it Jet Neon? I can't
We might
remember.
see, like,
It was
I
double
mean, maybe
duelist.
Neon slides don't work as well against PaperX. The mechanics, the APAC mechanics are just going to come through.
I mean, the one time they did run this Pearl against Na'Vi, they won. We had the Miniboo on Yoru and Woods on Jet, which is something they have leaned into. They like this kind of duo, but I actually wouldn't hate it that much if Miniboo doesn't play Yoru. It wouldn't bother me. Yeah, because he'll probably play Neon, and no one's gonna have a go at his Neon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and like when we started seeing a lot more Neon getting played on Pearl earlier in the year, I was a big fan of it. Like the execs you can run. Yoru usually plays
they
a
played
lot
Jet
slower,
Yoru.
you know, it's more macro, TV, all that type of stuff, but Neon can just overwhelm sites, and that is what Heretics are so good at.
And I do want to shout out because I can
Like,
see
Heretics
Mind
are playing a
Monitor,
lot
I'm
more
sure you guys
double
will see in a
duelist.
second. Mind Freak is here. He did travel with PaperX, and he is sitting in the coach booth next to Alex. So maybe that's a bit of a buff as well, a cheeky bit of assistant coach power.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what he feels his role is in the assistant coach. Is it just keeping him calm? Is it keeping Alex calm? Or is it more just like he's a bad cop, good cob. I wonder what the
Look at him,
vibe
he's just
is.
flexing,
Every
man.
time I've seen Mindfreak in the coach booth, he's always been
Just
smiling.
showing us, showing
Maybe
us.
I'm biased from the clips I've seen, but he always seems to bring a good vibe. So I'm leaning more towards.
Mindfreak being in the coach booth is very good. I feel like.
And now we get to see the mind.
I don't know him very well. I haven't talked to him very much, like
what?
in
I'm
person,
really
or
mad
like
when other
even
people
when
are
I
funnier
work with
than
them.
me.
But like,
That makes
I think
me
it's a very
so
good thing.
mad
No,
that
you
came up with
already
that.
won the day with the intro.
Like unironically, I think I would
So
have
I'm
him in
trying
the
to
booth
catch
over
up.
me.
No,
Like if I was
I
like
think
able to
you
teleport right
beat me
now,
there. I
I'd
think
probably
you
still
beat
have
me there.
Mindfreak in the
But
booth.
the agents will definitely be very, very interesting because we all seem to be very convinced that we might not even see a single Tejo. You know, we won't see it. But you know, we don't always know. We don't always know. How would you be mad at all if we saw a Tejo on Pearl out the gate?
I would have a heart attack, I'm not gonna lie. That would take me so off guard for either of these teams that didn't really commit to Teo. And is this what I think it is?
Yes, we are having live agent select right now. You're seeing the players pick their agent in real time, and this
This isn't locked in. Right? This is locked in.
Yeah, so importantly, PRX look like they've all locked in. Heretics are not locked in. Don't freak out just yet. They're all hovering and maybe going back to some more normal things. But I think to talk about PRX for a moment, this does deviate from what they've been playing a little bit. I do think they have a recent game playing this comp though, with the Yoru Raze double dive options, which I do think can be very powerful.
I'm really curious to see how that plays out on defense. Obviously, they're going to be starting attacks.
The thing with Heretics is they're very good at coming up with new ideas around agents that aren't like Breach isn't common on this map, but it's not bad. I don't think. I don't think it's terrible. And so Heretics are going to pull out a bunch of stuff now that PRX have never seen before, and that's the only worry I have.
But on the other side of this, Vut playing Breach is not something we see a lot. In fact,
This
only
is
4 or 5
also
times
a
in the
problem.
past. But he has to kind of flex
This
here
is a
because
problem.
Rian's fade is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, the Rian's fade, you can't give up on that for sure, but
I'm hoping that
how
this
this Breach plays
helps that.
alongside with the nerfs, right? How it can combo those stuns with stuff like the Yoru.
Well, we have
Breach stun
18
change
cycles
fucked him
here
up.
on the desk.
Okay.
I'm sure we're going to be
Thank you,
adding
Venus, for the sub. I appreciate
as
it.
I throw this over Toronto to your casters, Uber and Wyatt.
Thank you very much, Hinsu. Great to be here in the 6 to kick off this Masters
Very,
tournament the best way possible. It's 2 teams
80s
that
kinda
take
shit.
this tournament to breakneck
80s
speed.
kinda
but
fit,
Wyatt,
it feels
they've
like,
been
for-
cursed to stumble at the last hurdle in the past.
Mr.
So
Uber.
many second place, third place finishes for these squads.
Thoughts on the comp for Heretics? It's fine. It's not the best comp in the world, but Heretics are good at playing weird new stuff. Like it's like mostly standard with a little twist, and that little twist is enough for their coaches to come up with cool ideas. Okay, B long push. They're trapping. We have to be extremely careful already of this.
Well, already we've got this play up through connector here.
Okay.
Gonna leave me the Prowl that tries to get him in. Wood on the breach this
Ah,
time
we're
around.
taking
Ball
too
mine
long,
comes in at a
man.
Decent time.
Could be in a bit of trouble if there's a pot flash out of this, but no, it's just going to be a pivot towards the spawn. The minimap is bizarre right now. Triple push from Team Heretics all the way through B, creeping into the spawn of the attackers.
Going to defeat a lot of this KJ util placed in A main. PRX here able to push out from Link.
This ain't good, guys. This ain't good.
They're going to expect this retake to be coming from all of these angles. Benji Fishy biding his time right now, allowing the rest of the players to get in position.
Come on,
Have to
yeah,
know
do
they're on
it,
the
do
clock,
it.
though. Look at the lurk coming here from Boo. They'll be turning up from A main in time, but PRX want to push through. Flash in the direction. That's Flowers doesn't see anything. Briefly pinged out on the site. That haunt does give a lot of information now. PRX want to push ahead of this way, but look, caught in the grab well here. Devi's got to sit. And here Wood's going to take first contact with Device tucked in the corner. It's a 2 for 2. Forsaken buys this time. Opts to double back. There's no plant yet.
No, they've got enough time though. They want to try to pivot to B, but these 1v1s being taken or awkward Forsaken.
Yeah, Benji's a noob.
Brings it
Benji's a
to 2
noob.
versus 2, and in the meantime, Patman had been making his way over towards this B site. It's going to be awkward for Team Heretics on this reclear. There's
That
so
one is-
many positions that these last 2 players could be
This is
tucked
good by
into if they
Minibu.
opt for the double halls play together.
That was about as good as we could hope.
Patman dubs as the handler for this PRX team. He's a tight leash on them. And deals with Miniboo as he tries to approach from B long. It's on Boo. Now they know he's here. The Horde reveals his location. And the IGL now needs to make a play for Horde. He knows what the setup is, but he has to face it. Natty.
Oh.
Patman again. Deals with him. It's PRX with the pistol.
I prefer Killjoy over
the steady
Cypher?
hands of the man who has just been a consistent element since joining this PRX
I
team.
think so, yeah.
Comes up in the first pistol round for his global debut.
Yeah, after this game, I'm gonna I'll raid
Wins
someone,
that duel towards long. What a bizarre
and then I'll go
pistol
VOD
to
review this
start
game
off
for
this
them,
game. The map being entirely flipped by
and then I'll do
both
VOD reviews
sides.
tomorrow.
Well, Paper X made
Like
that
basically, the way I'm
nice
gonna watch party is like I'll
30
only
seconds
watch
or so
party
remaining,
Paper X
getting over
live.
to get that plant on.
If Paper X aren't playing, then I won't watch party. I'll VOD review before the game start, and then I'll fuck off.
See what they got for this anti-eco. It's a group up towards that B side. Note that the shear wall's been placed behind them.
This is looking just absolutely free for Paper X here. Team Heretics opt to go for this gamble stack towards the A site. They're not going to find a thing, and at that they've got all classics. But of course, when you're running this Euro, you are going to always be prioritizing just farming up.
I'm not sure what's taking them so long. They're fine though.
One of the highest power ultimates in the meta this year.
Razorvine deployed in Hall. Tough for Benji, and Jing explodes. It's an easy judge pickup. And now for the rest of Team Heretics.
Spike planted.
They're going to have to likely perish to the spike. Sorry, Sliggy, no Molly's here, mate.
Feels like running Raze on this map is unorthodox, doesn't do justice to the agent being played here. It is so uncommon. And that kind of play, that double satchel back into holes, we're going to be seeing a lot of that from Jing, taking opening engagements, being set up to try and get in really deep with these satchels on attack. Divide with this Ghost, hoping to just pick off a couple players right now.
On a second guess, fault line, they're trying to catch him out. Some old orbs on the table here though for PRX. If Heretics get a little bit too close, Oriens will have his. And the rest of PRX have already gotten out of dodge. And that'll be that. 4 perish to the spike for Heretics.
No. I'm gonna have to keep reiterating. I had very little to do with. I've never had anything to do with any of their comps. And I've had very little to do with Toronto, to be honest with you.
On this map.
I'm just supporting the boys.
Very unique approaches. If these guys tried to do any prep for each other, that is out the window entirely. This is going to be who can call best on the fly, who can adapt the most, or are these just going to be 2 teams running it down on each other?
Okay. Fight A main. It should be good for Heretics with the breach to stun and fight for A main. But double Jordan.
Minibu has a swing. Something gets ahead of it. Rien's though able to follow up on the grab well, and now will take up this position of boxes. And that's stunning stuff for Rien's. Just what the doctor ordered.
Silly. I think immediately Alex should be writing this down. That we can't be silly about trying to fight for some of these mains against the breach. Like we have to make the breach's life a little bit more difficult than just being able to stun all 5 of us.
There's a stun being thrown onto him as well. PaperX opt to go for a pretty
like this, their comp wants us to go and just run into a choke point and then suck and stun us. As long as we don't do that, we're fine.
Nice move. Not the bonus I think the PRX were looking for. Heretics really taking control of that.
I think that was a bit silly.
Might be tempted to test them.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much, but
economy on the line in their first buy round. A lot of emphasis towards.
Okay.
It looks like they just want to go for a very quick A split, or at least threaten that to open things up. Here comes that double satchel.
Nice.
He can't be getting that. Oh, there's more where that came from.
But they've got A main. How do we deal with this? How are we dealing with this? Okay, nice trade. Still one more. I like that call. I like that call.
Being crunched on here as Forsaken gets the spike down. Clock
Nice,
is ticking for
boys.
Minibu, and eventually he'll be stuck out of position.
Who called that?
It's on Boo.
Who called that?
Stuck here for Flowers, and there's not a whole lot to be done.
And that's exactly what you're going to expect from this.
Like instead of fighting everything here, knowing that Heretics are probably going to do the same again, send lots of people here and just avoid the fucking shit that Heretics have. I quite like that.
Jing is a 1-of-1 raise.
At worst as well, Heretics might have been like, oh, okay, we shut down A main, and then they might go play like a standard with like B or something, and then we would have won that too, probably.
There's no way you're ready for this. Yeah, no, I mean, having to make that adjustment. Look at him, he dodges the fall line as well. That movement is so smooth.
And again, we're seeing Heretics try and slow the game down with these nebulae, right? Smoke up and force PRX to flash through them. That's another situation where that attempt to stall for Heretics is utterly defeated.
The first round, we're This is the first
What are
time
we
we're going to
doing?
have an ultimate on the playing field. Rien's has already put up 6 kills, has gotten to that Nightfall relatively early, so perhaps that could be the critical element of Team Heretics winning this buy round that does just have Pooh on a Bucky.
It's just really a token effort for PRX to keep Benji interested here over towards Connector, because they pulled out after that Prowler was deployed over towards this B side.
There was a Prowler reclear just then from Rien's.
Gotta go, boys. You gotta go.
Now opting to double up control A main with Miniboo. PRX though, they have just slowly pivoted.
What what's Heretics doing, man?
Execute so much utility for backhauls, but at the moment that Molly is going to keep Jing at bay. They know who has this Bucky. They can just try to avoid him.
He clears the Razor Vine though, so there's an option for Boo to spring forth should he need to, but he's sat here with the Bucky. It's an awkward line to be on. Patience for Boo. He's going to get shot up through the wall.
Nice, nice there.
Can't hold mid, only finds his one. And now from Tower, Heretics have to make a play. God,
Yeah, Heretics are playing awful. Heretics are fucking trash. What are they doing?
And this is two teams that are going to fight round after round to impose
Terrible
their will
macro
on
from
each
Heretics.
other. There's no backing down from here.
This PRX team that has gone on the run to get here have maintained that lightning fast, exciting play, but it's just so much more regimented than when their stage 1 started, when they were going 0-3, when they looked down and out. That execute is fantastic, and I love that they are able to slow down the game and get into
They need to take a timeout, I'm not gonna lie.
double peak jiggle to deal with the Bucky backside. And even in that moment, something takes the fight, but he backs off. They just play safe.
Does Breach work on this map? Yeah, it's not the best pick. It's not terrible.
Heavy PRX pings towards back hole here. Looks like they're not going to waste too much time getting up on this B side. Once again, C's thrown in. Jing disrespects the Razor Vine. Boo is absolutely not ready for that. He's wrapped around with the judge of this where that came from, apparently. Jing is unchained, cannot be stopped at this stage. And Heretics don't quite have the arsenal to slow them down meaningfully. Grabwell is going to be avoided by Rienzi, extricates himself, but now the boys are back. Flooding into the link.
Ruthless.
Don't think EME understands pro.
Players with the Sheriffs. When you have Jing on your team, one of the greatest Raze players in the history of
I think
this
honestly,
game,
my first thing if I went back to
wild.
EMEA and coached would be to teach a team how to play pro, because it's not as hard as what they're making it out to
They
be.
make it work.
I don't think I'm a fucking expert, but it's not this difficult.
How is Boo supposed to establish a foothold in halls against this Fade util, against the Vice?
What's their timeout gonna be? Because it's like, I know what it should be, but I'm not gonna
They're
say.
going to have to pivot to try to play towards a retake, and especially out of this timeout, Rien's has still been holding on to that Nightfall. They're getting close to other great ultimates. And so that should allow them to just save.
I think I'd translate it as
absorb that initial utility that PRX are
yeah,
throwing,
that's
which
what it
is
says. We are
a
fucked.
tsunami
That's what it
wave,
says.
And then come back in with those ultimates after the fact.
So much of what we've seen from PRX in this game is really
Oh, sorry, I forgot to run ads before
average
the game.
conditioning on a map
My
like
bad.
this. You're not playing against the average Valorant team if you're Heretics, and now you really know it. 4 ultimates have been developed on the PRX side though, including that Showstopper and that Steel Garden.
Is this
So
the
far,
start you're
it's been about
expecting?
ease towards Art or Connector early in the round, and then wholesale PRX have pulled out towards
No.
the B side of the map. The one round
No, I wasn't expecting it to be this score yet.
was when they fight doggedly for that A main position. And
I thought it'd be
it's a
like
great util, right?
even.
A lot of that Astra util to slow up, to smoke up, and force PRX to take a risk.
I'm not gonna
back
say
out
what Heretics are
and get
missing
gunned
right
down.
now. I ain't saying what Heretics are
Team
missing.
Heretics stack. They have fantastic utility to slow them down, win those engagements. PRX have just been hitting a free sight multiple rounds here. Now this round 7 is going to be pivotal to the outcome of this first half. 4 ultimates available.
Like, I'm
for
still gonna be
PRX.
VOD reviewing some of the games, but like, I'm not gonna like, I don't want to talk too much about teams who are playing against PRX.
Front line off the rip.
I have respect for the boys.
Here. Expecting almost a push into Plaza by Heretics. It doesn't come. And now they're going to start to clear into Connector. Wood has given up this space. Play a more passive line. He doesn't see them cross. Showstopper pop. Jing is
Oh
headed
my God,
on the
what's
gap.
this?
Oh, he's headed over towards
No, he
Art.
doesn't know he's an
Surely he
art
doesn't run
though.
from this player. Benji's about to get real
That's not a good ult.
crazy. He dodged the
Okay,
rockets.
1 for 1.
However, Patman handles it. Once again, playing through these
You're trying to judge it from 10 yards away, man. He's trying to judge it from about 10 meters away.
Slowly flanking. Nebula drops, but the
We've used 2 ults.
Going to get all the information on this side.
We could have snowballed this game so hard with ults.
Letting Forsaken know that he's safe to pivot towards this back area. They want to flip the map right now. Stuns coming through something.
That stun wasn't enough to TP out.
Crashes out to main, and that's just going to separate these two.
Although now Heretics start questioning themselves, they might think, no, 3 ults, man.
Cosmic Divide even being used here.
This is going to at least give a safe pocket for something to get that plant. He gate crashed away from the fault line.
Nice.
Timing for Forsaken. Minibu just has to watch too many angles. He's so scared. He knows that's, Forsaken could be going for him.
You got 2
Bro,
initiators up
what's
here for
Jason
Heretics.
doing?
Decent util for
If
this
Jason
point.
actually cut, this is so. This is usually, I think, a terrible play Jason's made, but like, to be honest with you.
Information though is kind of out of date about where Heretics could be coming from. Now a bit more of an inkling. Is he going to play? Something
So
happens in
easy.
there from A-Main. If Forsaken does
Like,
his job.
I would suspect that Heretics are coming from out there, and so Jason's play I thought was like awkward to go into the corner, but he did that smoke in front of himself, so it was kind of smart. Like he couldn't really get out anywhere, like he was kind of stuck. So I do like what he did.
That's even more.
Jane trying to judge someone from about 20 meters away is probably not the play.
No avail. And you're just seeing Minibu placed in this uncomfortable situation. Has to watch a couple of different angles. They're feeling good.
Both brothers on the Heretic side have definitely looked overwhelmed in their position so far. And here's a double satchel play for Jing. Well, you've got A-Main control, especially up against this half-bite.
It's a cool way to take A-Main, that pop flash, double satchel, and they just want to continue this in. Teleport
Oh,
from someone
nice.
with a nade kill. Something beautiful. Lined up. Multiple headshots. Making light work of this eco.
And now Heretics, you've got the double Marshall play.
This is like the perfect start against Heretics. Like I said, like if Heretics come into this game not feeling confident and PRX are able to just if Heretics are shitting on them like that, if PRX are shitting on them like this, they're fucking knifing them and shit. Like Heretics are gonna be sat there right now thinking like,
oh, buddy.
My God, we could literally go home. Like those little thoughts go into your head a little bit in these moments.
Come on, man. That is a devious move from something. Inflicting 5,000 mental damage there.
Like the stylistic matchup here is incredibly good for PRX. Like Heretics are a great team, but this is like the best team they could have pulled, I think. Like, and don't get me wrong, this game isn't going to be easy. Like, this map still might not be easy.
It's all smiles for PRX right now, Wyatt. Rifles back in the hands of Heretics though. A focus over towards his art and A-Main split potentially.
Okay, the TP comes in on A.
Act fast. Here comes that Nightfall. Clears out sight. A-Main. Not going to ping on
3 in the back. Heretics do a pretty good job of holding this, containing this when they play an EMEA. That's big. Please plant. Please fucking plant the spike though, boys. You can't Vice ult and then not plant. We wasted Vice ult, man.
They're anchored in. Minibu sees a
Like,
bit off that dimensional
what's the
drift.
point of Vice ult
PRX
in
have actually syncopated
there if
the
we're not
tempo
going to
here.
plant?
There's a drift over the
They
big
can't
from the
spam us. Now
defenders.
they can spam us again.
This feels like a new PRX round right now. Again, just slowing it down. They tap the plant. They want to bait this utility out.
They're baiting the flood, which is nice. That's a big. That's big. That's beautiful from Pat.
Something tries to emerge behind the flash and Wood is caught with
My
utility.
God, the shots are fucking sick as well.
Closes the account. PRX show us another side to the coin. It's a pump fake, slow roll on A that teases Heretics out.
This is simply not the PRX of old. You are watching a new team. Everything they do there, controlling the tempo, is just utterly fantastic. It is perfect play. They slow things down, allow some of those players from Team Heretics to leave after that Steel Garden was used. They tap the plant just to bait out that initiator utility. Then they get back in, post-up, refight. It is picture perfect Valor.
I gave them some pointers on this map, but honestly, like,
All right, big breath here.
I am not taking any credit for
Hearing
this
from
whatsoever.
Heretics and press conferences and the like, they've said they're very aware of the sort of second place curse on them right
I think,
now.
quite
It's
honestly, I
kind of
started
not
helping
something
the
they wanna
team, and
consider.
they were
Because
already
of the
good.
road
Like, I don't think
still
it
lies
was
ahead of them here
much
through our
to
group
me.
stage. But they've said that they're not inexperienced kids anymore.
There's
You know
some
what I mean?
dumb
They
shit
feel
that
like
I'd
the
love
issue
for them to fix,
More
but
recently for them in that EMEA final where they got blown out by Fnatic was just the
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's easy to look at me joining the team and thinking it was me, but it's not me at all.
Confident at this level.
I'm genuinely not being humble. I'm not being humble. I like the annoying thing about being a coach is that like I know that it works to be humble. Like that's what I did in Fnatic. I just pretended to be humble the entire time, and then people like me. But I'm not being humble right now. Genuinely, the boys are just that good. Like right now, I didn't do anything at all. I sincerely didn't do anything.
Well, the kids who were last year, they now. They got a mental coach added onto the team to try and get them over the finish line.
Maybe they should get off the starters block Wyatt first. Just the one round.
I mean, devastating.
No, genuinely, I was pretending to be humble. Like I thought I was better than all these noobs. You know what I mean? I thought I was better than these noobs.
Benji not close enough to
but I couldn't say that.
So they pulled out of halls entirely
because like I didn't want my players to get cocky. I didn't want it to bite me in the ass.
And PRX are swarming over B.
They just love this anti-eco B slam with Jin getting into the halls with a judge. This time, Boo's out of there. He's not trying to die to that again.
What can Heretics dig up here? Forsaken aware. And he's already seen that Prowler, knows it's coming. Fault line.
It's quite nice from Heretics. It's eco for them though, so it's not like they can do much.
On this PRX roster. And boy howdy, he's sharp as attack, folks.
He had an unreal run with PRX when they went on that.
This is very good. This is very good. Like it doesn't matter what map it is right now. Opening your game with such a dominant scoreline just means that you know that no team's going to want to play you on this map anymore. Like, who wants to play PRX on Pro this tournament now?
In the lower final, going plus 30.
Like, there's going to be teams who are like, yeah, we'll play them or try and anti-shot them and try and like abuse the fact they're playing double duelists, but like, no one's going to want to do it.
Heretics are feeling, at least those rifles are back. Locked down to work with. Cosmic Divider at the ready for Boo.
Okay.
PRX
okay.
2-2-1
nice.
right now.
I wish. Okay. I'm not going to say what I wish. I'm not going to say what I wish.
They have been at their iconic lightning fast pace with devastating executes into these sites. Here they're just waiting out to see if Team Heretics
Bro,
want
they're
to
doing
go for something more proactive with this breach that they've got. Miniboo is postured in A main right now. Here comes that dimensional drift, so he's going to get spotted. Miniboo is under a lot of pressure at the moment.
He's hoping to fight ahead of it. There might be a safe pocket for something here to just emerge in. I'll call a cancel. He's ready for him.
Oh,
that might be a little bit audacious, even for PRX. Miniboo tries to hold it off. Bangle Jing is just a little better. The guy.
Look at the difference in fucking confidence, man. Miniboo is fucking shit in his pants.
Timing most likely. Forsaken just rips him a new one. And Boo again hands out wide, says, "What do you want me to do?"
3 players are spotted by the dimensional drift from something. He still gets out of it in secret. Jeez. 3 players, yeah, let's just hit the site with our 4 now. They really said, nah, I'd win. they do not slow the game down there. That's just crazy decision making. But all 5 of them are so on point. The guts, the confidence for something to get out there.
Hey Anders, how you doing, bro? Why don't you have VIP?
Team Heretics, they are divided. They're using 1v1s. Jing getting that crucial opening kill for the team to get into that site.
We are sleeping.
I was gonna say, when I was saying like, who wants to play PRX after this?
The last time these two teams played, it was PRX at
it was. I was thinking. I know Anders is probably gonna think. Yeah, I probably want to play PRX on Pro. But like, even though like you know, obviously that there's gonna be things that you can exploit here, right? There's definitely things that you know that you can exploit here. But still, like I know that you would prefer to probably play them on a map that they didn't win so easily, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, like that's just the logic of just. I think being a coach, right? It's just
so many rounds for them. They've had the ability to hit the site with just 1 player anchoring. Opportunity for Benji, but knows he certainly can't go for more. Just has to back off. Tries to anchor. He knows he's going to get overwhelmed by neutral, but in fact, PRX, they're just going to use 2 ultimates. That very safe Cosmic Divide to allow the free plants.
Can we play a post
back
plant?
off this, we can go back to, though it's uncharacteristic, the post plant spam set up for PRX, but they're more likely to play ahead of it. Now, this is a wrinkle in
What have
the
we
plan.
got? We got a suck.
will allow
Can Ilya get out? Yeah, he can. Oh no, he just nades it. My god.
Something's happy to wait and buy
I forgot we had fucking nade.
Double up with him as well. Something wants to get some early spam.
All this team not opening the side up enough. Minimu's going to go for it.
My
He's
god.
gonna find two. And that's the best. Heretics.
I'm not gonna comment, but Heretics doing some dumb fucking shit. I'm not gonna lie.
The fundamentals are just fantastic. Patman getting back into holes to double up with
There's some dumb shit going on.
Swinging through the cosmic divide that was thrown down, just decimating Heretics on their re-entry.
Well,
Yeah. And there's like, even if a team looks super confident, if a team looks super confident on double Jordans especially, there's always a bit of, even if we know how to beat them, we risk it. Yeah. There's just more variance, right? Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way, almost. But yeah, it makes sense. Like if you know you're gonna beat a team like 75% of the time, like you might as well just try and do it on maps where you're like, there's less variance between those things, I guess. Halftime ad? Should I quickly add? Like do a minute? Yeah, I'll do like a minute. How do I run it? There we go. Sorry. Let me oh, I got water here actually. There was a button. I mean, I've done it anyway, but yeah, I don't know I don't have quick actions set up properly. Thank you, Lakuna. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it a lot. Sincerely appreciate it. Sometimes I worry that I say I appreciate it and it sounds like I don't, but I genuinely do. Thank you very much. Liquid mix it out of groups, yes or no? I think it all depends on Nats, right? Like, if Nats isn't there, it's gonna be fucking tough. But they got a fairly good draw first match, right? So like they could still maybe win their first match.
That is crazy from Forsaken, but yeah, that'll happen when you die.
I'll be honest. I know it's tied to. I know this is tied to a sponsor, and therefore they have to do this. I don't know what the fuck this means. I don't know. Anders probably could tell you what this means. I can't tell you what this means. And if I can't tell you what this means, something's wrong.
We saw PRX on this map. It was an overtime
The
loss.
it's econ rating.
Final of Pacific. Something was whiffing, making some really odd decisions in the clutch situations. And Forsaken wasn't able
I
to get
don't
over the line
really
here.
know what that
It's a different
means,
game
which
plan.
means it's not.
By God, it's a different outcome.
It's kind of annoying for two reasons. It's annoying because number one, it's like it feels like a forced advertising thing, but number two is it genuinely doesn't get the sponsors as much as they should. Like if they're gonna sponsor, like I'd want at least something that makes more sense. That makes sense. I don't know. I can't shit talk sponsors though. Obviously, hashtag Riot employee.
Heretics have been sleeping for that first half. Hopefully, 11-1.
I think that was a great advert.
Back in this game. Minibu's already gotten his way onto this A site now, tapped up a little bit, and PRX have not quite shown themselves yet.
What's going on? My God, Ilya's just running through. Huh? What?
Boo just runs into it. We can deal with him at least. Player advantage.
I shit took ads and they give me more. How do I stop this?
One for Heretics right now to save them, to get this pistol round, keep them in the game.
Looks good. Jing, however, reaching around the corner.
What's going on? 2v2.
Now we've got a God's Honest 2 versus 2, and here's Forsaken gets the spike loose. It's up.
Go on, Pat. Go on, Pat.
Prowler, play from behind and sees his quarry. Not quite 35 seconds.
Oh, Benji, you're not very good. What's going on?
Heretics. It might already be over.
He's won both pistols for this team. Obviously, Heretics are going to have to come into this with a tragic force. Hope that they can look like G2 with some stingers, maybe.
Oh. Oh.
This is stunning from PRX.
brimming with confidence.
Oh, thank you. I'm 50% of the way completing my sub goal.
Something with the confidence to push out of that smoke when Devi is being
I don't know
pressured. They
what my
fight
sub
together.
goal
The
is, but
fundamentals are just
thank you
so
guys.
clear
Oh,
right
a never
now.
nude. Thank you,
What a joy
thank you
to see
Tobias
PRX
Funke
in
for the sub.
prime
I appreciate that.
form. White hot.
I'm a big fan of Arrested
There's a
Development.
stack on the B side. Batman though takes that one for the team.
Oh my god, it's the
And then PRX realizes action elsewhere.
the thing is, this isn't an anti-eco because it's the last round of the game.
Second wave here from Heretics Cross.
So I'm actually more... I'd be more scared right now if this was actually an anti-eco than this.
On the lurk, and it's the IGL.
Like, I'm actually feel much more confident Paper X playing against this buy than if this was just full Glocks. Full classic, sorry.
This would be one of the nastiest losses.
Gotta get the cutoffs for the Paper X finals.
Quite some time. Brew here's gonna try and go to work with him, but Devi
Okay.
shuts the book on this first map. What a way to make a statement here in Toronto. Paper
I'm a bit...
X
I'm honestly scared. Why was that so easy?
13-1 on Pearl for Paper X. I mean, if they did, time for the lottery. Time for the lottery. What a showing. Stunning from Paper X. Absolutely stunning.
Heretics fuck the vetoes. Okay. What veto should they have done? Tell me what veto they should have done.
To stick around, folks. I hope you've got plenty of energy saved up for the rest of this series.
Like, who thinks that they fuck?
Let's go!
Bro,
Let's go, boys!
you're saying
Nice one, pre.
they should have not locked breach. I mean, that's more reasonable. But I don't really understand what you think that, like if they go to Sunset, that's a map that Paper X used to be good at. If they go to Ascent, it's a map that neither team is like being sick on, I don't think. Like, Heretics looked very shaky on Ascent. If they go to Split, they can't because they looked awful on Split. Like, what are they supposed to go to? Yeah, I mean, if Woot was on K, I do think they look better. Yeah, I still think they lose though, because I don't think it was just an agent, you know, thing. But what do I think about Heretics on Icebox? I think that they when they first played this Neon comp in EMEA, they had a lot of good gimmicks that were like catching people off, and then they stopped using the gimmicks, and looks like they didn't really understand how to play against Fnatic's no duelist comp. So it's really hard for me to get an opinion on that Icebox because they had to play against Fnatic, playing a very distinct style. I think it's a map historically that Heretics have liked. They've always played slightly weird stuff, in my opinion. Like, not super optimal, but we'll see. I'd argue Gecko over Breacher would have been much easier to execute if they weren't showing this map in the first place. Keep the surprise factor. I think both Gecko and Breach would do... Would be, yeah. I thinking from a purely like this could be a surprise pick kind of option. I think both are probably valid, but yeah. To be fair, I wasn't locked into what Heretics were doing, like with the Breach too much. Like I knew they were fighting for like A-main with stuns and stuff, but that's not what you should be doing. There's some theory on this map that I feel like people were like so, yeah, yeah. People are obsessed with parts of the map they shouldn't be, basically. Did I help them for Toronto? I keep having to be honest. Like I genuinely haven't done that much work with the Paper X for Toronto. Like genuinely, like I feel really bad if they start winning loads of games and anyone gives me any credit, because like I genuinely haven't done very much. And I'm not being humble. I'm not being humble. I'm being honest. Like, I'm being very honest. Like, I haven't done it. Like, I've done like 1.5 days worth of work. It's genuinely not much. Obviously, I'll be giving them some feedback and stuff as the tournament goes on, but I haven't prepared them very well. Like, I haven't prepared them very much, sorry. I'm a humble coal shoveler right now, mostly. That's my main value add is shoveling metaphorical coal into a pretend train.
Now, Alex, what a great start. I mean, 13-1. How on earth did you guys manage to pull that off?
I have no idea, to be honest. I think everyone's just on fire, so we're very happy to be here, very excited to play, and we're going to make the most of it.
It seems like your Pearl is stronger compared to how it looked like in Pacific Stage 1. Was there anything that you didn't like about how, you know, Pearl went?
No, I mean, I can't complain at all, yeah.
Impeccable, right? When it comes to Patman, seems like he's not nervous, you know. It didn't look like it was
Jen should have thrown
and
some
seemed
shade
like
there,
he was
I think.
enjoying it, so, you know, what do you think?
What did Heretics do badly? It would be
I
a...
kind of think most rookies actually play very well on their first time, so it's pretty much more of the same.
And Icebox is going to look as strong as Pearl?
Sorry?
Icebox is going to look as strong as your Pearl?
I hope so.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Alex makes a good point there. Like, people seem to have this thing about rookies.
I could get used to
I think rookies play a lot better than people suspect. There are some rookies who definitely do shy away, but I feel like that kind of motivation, enthusiasm, and just energy that a rookie has is usually a better value add than not, if that makes sense.
Very crucial 1v1s, and to bring that to the 13-1, so I'm very much impressed. I think we were all, you know, kind of leaning towards PRX here, but to expect that level of dominance, I mean, even Alex was like, wow, like, what is happening?
The train has truly arrived at this station, but it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment, and this one goes to PRX's pistol round, the first pistol round.
They started off beautifully here. It's pistol round, and already PRX is just going to be working for this early mid space, and I think they're calling
Working with this really there's a big fucking gap on the map that we've not realized.
into this connector area. And this round out without
Yeah,
any
so
sort of
I wouldn't be highlighting this one as an example of
so right now they're a little bit concerned as they run
Verizon
into
high-speed play, to be honest with you.
Okay, there could be a walk up B, there could be a walk
What
up
the
B
fuck
to
is
A.
going on?
Pretty soon they're going to hear this Killjoy turret on A and start realizing, hey, there could be players coming in around the side. So they call to move into this split pitch.
Luckily, like the timing was that like we went through quick enough.
Run into anyone playing up forward in A main. So this is about the time where PRX have to decide, okay, do we just plant the spike and play the post plant? Do we turn around and fight these flankers? I think if you look at past iterations of PRX, they'd be looking for the fights against those people coming in along the flank. But instead, this time, they try to hunt away the solo side anchor, find out where
no, Alex's accent isn't French. Where did Alex's he has French background, but that's not a French accent. Singaporean. His accent's Singaporean. Presuming that the chatter is right about where he's from. There is no hint of French in his accent at all.
And at the same time, Forsaken gets another kill.
Like there's zero French in his accent. I think he can speak French though, but I'm not. I can't promise you anything.
So that actually encourages Forsaken to stick around, and he plays this very aggressive line, trades that kill out, and he was doing this consistently throughout the game.
He can speak French. I'd be very interested in hearing his French accent, because his English accent obviously has a lot of like Southeast Asia in it, and I wonder if his French accent is the same.
Now, this is the definition of growth, right, when it comes to the way that PRX are now playing compared to a couple years ago.
Yeah, like Ender was saying, old
Oh,
PRX, they take those
he
fights on
doesn't.
the
I'm
floor.
talking about Alex,
New
yeah.
PRX are like mid-rounding to a level like I haven't even seen a mid-round like that, especially on a pistol. ever, and that was insane. And also probably the most mid-running we saw of the entire map, actually.
Yeah, they were making so many decisions on the fly.
He
right?
immigrated
That
to
first
Singapore as a
fake
child,
snipe
French
tap,
mother,
they're saying,
Singaporean dad.
Okay, if we tap this, there could be like 4 people flooding out from Flower. As soon as they don't see that, they know that there's going to be a lot of players coming in on the flank.
Well, we've heard from Coach Alex. Let's hear from Coach Neil Zinio ahead of map 2.
Oh god, I'd hate to be. I had to do
Hello,
one
it's
after we
Jen,
lost
Coach
13-1 to
Nilzinho. Now, Nilzinho, not an ideal
PRX.
start. What do you think happened?
I think it was honestly an embarrassing performance. Like we were behind them at every single step of the way. Individually, we were off. Macro-wise, wasn't great. We just couldn't get anything going. There was a couple of rounds that we were in it, but honestly, we were just completely outclassed. So we just need to wake up immensely for the next 2 maps. You know, yeah, we need to bring our A game, and that was nowhere near it. So.
And earlier today, Boo mentioned the importance of having a stronger mentality and how it's something that you guys have been working on for years, right? So, and now would be the time to demonstrate that growth. How do you think the guys are doing? What did you tell the players to make sure that they could mentally reset?
I mean, this game, it just felt like we were so scared to... We were playing to not lose, basically, and we just were terrified to make a mistake. So, again, we've just given them complete freedom. They've been here before. We've turned around things fast before.
Should I run a longer ad
so,
quickly?
Yeah, we've got Ryan.
I guess I can't run another ad,
Said a lot of good words,
but
and
I'm worried.
It's just giving them confidence.
I'm
because
worried.
They need to really believe how good they are.
Do you think I
right
can?
now,
Okay, I might
last
run it
performance,
quick.
they didn't show it, but we've got
If I
20
can,
minutes
if
now,
it
we
lets
forgot about
me.
the last one. We got completely outplayed. It is what it is.
Yeah, there we go.
We
I
got
ran another quick ad, so you
Right,
don't get
thank you, and
ads
good
running
luck.
in.
And it is fortunate that the map we will be seeing next will be Icebox. This is where, Ender, we expect a different performance from Heretics.
They've got to, right?
Let's
the player
go
I'm looking at is Miniboo, because that map 1
T-
was quiet on the Yoru, but on
TH
Icebox,
and
Bro's like the
PRX.
only
Okay,
guy
okay.
that is playing Neon, and he is so clean on it. I love seeing
Let's
him
go
play.
both teams.
I'm a big believer that this team rides or dies by Miniboo's individual performance, and he has to show up.
Would you like to see them stick with the comp that they ran, you know, through stage 1, which we're about to see here?
I think so, personally, considering they've had a lot of success with it, and we
Yeah, I mean, I can
see
give
them
you
play
that.
Pearl with changing their comp, going into the more double innie, and it was not convincing in the slightest, right? And
Okay,
I'm
so
really excited to
Heretics
see
ran
us
this
and there is
before.
the Neon. I think
It
Icebox,
used
the
to be
map
the
that really
Teo, they switched to
requires
the
a lot of
Sova.
mechanics,
It didn't
skill,
look great
and
against
confidence,
Fnatic.
considering how many
But
fights you have to take, and there isn't a lot of
I think this
people
is
to
fine.
supplement those fights.
I think this
and
is fine.
on Neon, this is his moment. This is the time for him to stand up and show up and be the leader for his team mechanically in the stats and just go on pop off on paper.
It's interesting.
And
The
I think it
stats
worked
coming
for
up.
them too, having double initiator,
quite-
Sova
I quite
and
like
Gecko
it.
to find more forward fights as well. Fight through Viper walls, fight through smokes, take control of her backside, fight towards
I wonder
Sova,
how they're
get after
pulling these
versus
stats. I
PRX,
guess it's
I think,
VCT
because
stats
their
specifically.
initial combos honestly were looking so good.
Like 20,
And I think a big
25
part of this
VCT
too is
stats
the fact
maybe.
that Team Heretics is starting on attack this time as opposed to defense, and they can set the pace, they can get in their face, and that's something they didn't have the virtue of having.
Thank you,
in the last
people.
Well, they
Thank you,
wanted
people.
this
Scoop.
rematch.
Thank
They've
you very
got
much
to
for the sub. I
turn up
appreciate
on
it.
this stage. Otherwise, Uber and Wyatt, PaperX are going to walk away
Miniboo's
with
been
a 3-2-0.
with this comp,
We
like
expected a banger of a match. I think.
I'd be interested to see if Heretics, if I'm nil, I'm almost like begging the boys to run some of the set strats that Heretics have early,
Against a team like PaperX,
just to get confidence building, because like they have some really gimmicky set strats that they like to play,
For this game,
that like are very fast and
he
aggressive,
wants to play against PaperX,
and I think that would be
and
a way to
he got
kind of
his
get
wish.
that
He
aggression
might
into the
be
game
regretting
early
that,
for
but we are heading to a map
Heretics.
pick where Heretics have looked really good with this Neon.
Look at this push up already from PRX on the defense side. They absolutely want to brawl. Heretics, though, have to be ready for it. But how? How do you stand against this avalanche of defenders?
Okay.
Wood is going to limp away from that early encounter. Here's one shot. Has to cross the mid that Divine.
Whoever made that pistol is laughing right now. It wasn't me.
With something, and Devi had been patiently waiting on that angle anyhow. Nice little 10-second round coming through to open this game. PaperX yet to lose
Are
a
pistols
pistol.
like these
Heretics
anti-strike
yet
cores
to
or
gain
hybrids?
of momentum.
I won't go into it too much, but like you should be doing specific anti-strats for your pistols, yeah.
The very limit.
What we saw there, frankly.
Like I don't know if that
PaperX
was,
on
to
this
be
map.
honest
They
with you.
played standard stuff, but they played defense in a
It is
far more
something that I
proactive
discussed
way
with
than
them
most
like a
teams
month
in the
ago
current
about
meta.
some of the pistols,
Most
but I don't
teams
know.
play a lot of
Like I talked
safe
to them about
positions.
like how they
They
do
go
pistols
for
and stuff, but
retakes. They are
I don't know if they
constantly doing
do
four-man,
or did
three-man
change.
pushes down You know,
how they were
A
doing
main,
pistols.
Down B main. Heretics are going to need to be very concerned with that.
Inching now over towards this east side of the map.
Okay.
See something back up here.
Boring old
To
icebox
bolster this big
round.
presence.
Boring
Stand
old
by
icebox
here from
round.
Heretics, and definitely indicates they intend to head this way momentarily. Looks like already the Dizzy is trying to scout the way. Unique neon composition. It's going to be tough to find a foothold though. Something takes his and gets off the line.
It was a nice recon. Nice little recon reek there.
With the rifle, may want to toss that over to Forsaken or Divide if they can actually meet up, and it looks like that's going to be the case.
I wonder what something does now, just individually, with 20 HP.
Take control of that Vandalist. Team Heretics want to.
You usually want to take the most useless spot on the map and just be your headshot angle. Nice from Divide.
Divide here from multiple angles can operate here, can play off the current, take contact.
If I'm being really picky, he shouldn't have
Something.
overpeaked
I'll have my rifle back, thank you.
at the end, but it was nice.
And there it is. Another quick round as PRX don't give an inch.
Maintain all the rifles, just lose one of the pistols, basically as good as
Hey,
it
Pipson.
gets. Heretics invested nothing so they can get the absolute max here. The one round they did actually win on
Budget Bogdan's Law? Yeah, I was thinking Bogdan's Law.
That's pretty risky stuff from something there, but par for the
Sticky
course.
stream's already round 3? Oh, I'm sorry.
Will be very familiar with that.
I can't really do anything about that on Twitch, can
Buy
I?
up here for PRX.
I could refresh the stream on an eco round, maybe.
Bucky.
PRX have 3 players B main, time to walk right at the attacking
Oh
team
my
as they
God.
always do. Heretics, they're patient, they're waiting, but they're losing
Yeah.
the duels. Great trade from Rienz though.
Little one-way something tries to put together on a dime, but Rienz is
Benji's lurks are usually pretty good. He's already got rid of the turret. This is a problem that I think Alex needs to know.
take advantage with this space.
Turret's going down very quickly into the round with this setup.
Batman with the Bulldog. Stacked up here alongside Jing.
The double bait on yellow
Does
could
the
be
bite match the
nasty.
bark for PRX on this B side.
Now when Minibu is alive, they love to go.
Surely they think that the Viper's yellow though, because why would someone be like so confidently running away? Surely they think.
But without him, it's going to be much tougher.
That's rough.
Dizzy connects late.
Spacing's not there.
Oh.
Jing actually got off that line, but oh, high wingman. He needs to get ahead of it.
That's
Coming
rough.
in through the smoke. Still, PRX cut down.
Oh, okay.
With the Bucky.
Never mind. Trades didn't go the way.
It's all going to be on Divine now.
Yeah, there's some things already that I'm worried about.
Arms to the teeth, but no plant.
So Heretics are playing this really disciplined, but this is the kind of shit I want to see from Heretics because I think that they could get scared in these situations.
30 seconds
Like when they play so like this, like I don't mind.
He gets another.
They can start overthinking those
Heretics,
situations quite
they
quickly.
convert the anti-bonus as they did on Pearl, but they escape with only 1 gun. That is devastating.
Advanced and check
for
the
their
load
economy.
delay.
But the spacing looks better, trading into that beat. They sustain heavy casualties to do so. But
I'm sorry if it's not. Like, you're gonna have to just deal with it if it's not on the same time frame. Like, does it really matter if we're like slightly behind? Like, realistically.
Didn't win the duel. Yeah, Chrissy called it out on the desk that Minibu does need to step up. He is given so much util on this map to thrive when they're on attack. He needs to come to life.
something already wants to
Like, unless you're just one of those little, what's the word? Unless you're cheating on me with other streamers, I don't think it really matters that much.
Posts up on that deep A line. Wants to go even further off the drone that Forsaken is sent for him. Does actually spot out Boo.
Okay.
One way will be refreshed.
Ooh.
With Patman the edge, but it's going to be a dizzy on out. Patman
I guess
already in the
one.
fray. He got
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not super convinced right now what we're
Slowed
doing.
somewhat on their way over towards this B side of the map, but now that Viper wall is
Not
something they
super
can play from
convinced.
behind.
It's gonna be a tough game.
That was a great way to fight that from Team Heretics. Multiple players jumping out to face together off of that dizzy when the crosshair would be thrown to break it by a defender. Something now posted up at mid.
Benji's usually good for this.
Rotates, getting towards this B side. Will Benji catch the timing?
He's got a player though coming from his left. He might not be ready for the do push.
Okay.
And there it is. Once again, PRX give as good as they get.
Rifle upgrade.
Gecko low. Nice. Those shocks, Forsaken.
Shots have done tremendous damage. It's going to force out the Thrash. Can it actually get a connection? And even if it does, can anyone get a kill off of it? No.
Oh, yeah, that's not us. He's got an Odin. I didn't even see.
With the Odin, Jing wants to try and push up. Wood is very, very low, but there's still a spike to defend now. Heretics is going to try and hang on here. Hold on against this relentless onslaught,
Easy.
but Divine wraps on yellow.
Forsaken, man. Forsaken. So
and Wood just has nowhere to go.
Who was farming the first map, by
PRX
the
on
way?
this map are just so oppressive. They're taking so much forward space, and they're so happy to make fast.
Oh my boy.
Defensive pivots.
Why didn't I put him number 1?
Stack proper sites. This was a great moment for Team Heretics that we highlighted, but
wait,
there you have Forsaken coming back.
He's what? That's not acceptable.
Heretics at least tried to.
Who told him to ban Odin on this fucking map, by the
to
way?
some degree, but PRX are always asking for more. Always
I told him to start buying it on a different
real
map,
estate, that
but
mid-push,
he might have lost his mind a little bit with the
eventually,
Odin on this map.
Forsaken steps up on yellow. Heretics are going to be on the clock every single attack side round.
And here we go, 3 players ready to fight PRX towards A, and they find another first blood.
Yeah,
Down at the start of the round again. Wyatt. Something. He's on the line, able to get back, and he knows there's more where that came from. The shorty. God, he's thirsty for it. It is up to Boo, as it often is. Again, this will be PRX with another stunning start to the game.
Is there any point in me even VOD reviewing them if they win this
PRX
easy?
that has an 83% attack side win rate on Ice Watch, so God forbid we get to that part of the map and they're ahead.
To be fair, it was funny the other day.
This juncture in the game,
Like I'll let this one out. Like there was a map and like Alex usually asks me for like to like watch back scrims that they like didn't play so well on. But I ended up watching a game they like rolled in a scrim like I don't know like 20-4 or something. And I think I wrote like a 3-page essay on a scrim they won 20-4, and then had like 3 lines of notes for a scrim they lost. So like it's not always about winning or losing.
When they get into the server, right? Feels like you're walking through molasses, time slows.
Forsaken's recon act does go pretty crazy. I mean, he was high on our list for 2022 recon, but we just didn't. We just didn't think it would be. If I knew Jason back then, I think I would be more likely to have kind of pushed for it. I think. How much are you getting paid by PRX? Bro, have I ever told you how much I got paid from Fnatic? Why would I suddenly come out and say anything about my money?
As they intend, because they know that PRX are just going to be sending it at them on
like
defense.
That's very
So
inappropriate. Yes, I did.
those fast, aggressive starts
I think I mentioned like roughly for 1 year how much I was paid, like in the reference point. But like, it's a bit weird when there's no culture of being honest and open about these things. Like, it feels almost disrespectful, almost to PRX for some reason too.
2 rounds to their name at this point across this series.
Okay. Now no turret to play.
Like you guys have no frame of reference for anything anyway. So I could say any number and you'd be like, oh okay.
Well, Patman occasionally to swing on them, and he hears DC come out, so he knows there's the pitter patter, a little Heretics footsteps on this B side of the map. Devi's been drawn over in that direction to assist.
Oh. Huh? Can we, okay.
Not too shabby, my friend.
Can we trade together, please? Can we swing together? What was going on there? Oh, no. Behind you, you idiot.
Rienza's waiting for him.
Okay, I shouldn't call Divine an idiot. He's probably one of the smarter players on the team.
That lockdown circle play
This, though.
Credit to Benji Fishing. He
Hello?
it out straight up.
Mr. Ilya?
2 for 1.
Jason?
And then Patman was trying to anchor back yellow, but that's a position that you really can't be in alone against Team Heretics.
Jing has got very little to see.
Do I know where Mind Freak is? He's in the coach booth.
Yeah, likely just to try and walk away from this one with
PRX your permanent position. No.
Currency here for PRX to continue to take some risks and try and keep a lid on the economy. Jing does not like his chances.
That anti-eco flawless they had earlier has put them in an excellent
Why he replacing you?
But like you said, might as well just save cash for PRX even in this.
I just gave them some help. Like I just given them some help. I'm not, you know, I'm not full time. It's honestly probably more value for them to have Mind Freak in the booth than me. Like honestly.
Not going to be the right choice. They sent too much.
Like having Mind Freak around the team, I think is probably way bigger value than having me around the team.
And I think Divide does not.
I probably just pissed them all off.
You should that A side by the lockdown. He sort of doesn't check.
I probably call a timeout and like say something smart, and then they'd be like, they try and play like
Guys got that quick map.
They'll take it. They'll take it.
smart Fnatic Valorant, and then just not. It wouldn't work. So like it's probably best I'm not with them.
That's the first time.
Whereas Mindfreak will just laugh at them and call them noobs.
Credit to Benji.
Fury now from Rienz. Speculative.
Hey, Sarah.
Doesn't yield any information whatsoever. They are aware, of course.
To be fair, it would have been funny though. Me and Alex in the coach booth together would be kind of funny. But I think I'd find it way too funny. I don't think I'd end up being annoyed. I think I'd end up laughing too much at Alex.
Allowing the rest of their squads to be pretty
I don't think
towards this A site. Odin is going to be
I'd be too self-aware of the situation, I think.
They can actually get back.
This could get dangerous, but now that the lockdown is used, that Hunter Sphere is going to need to be
And a God tier movie, man.
just intent on getting out of here, which is going to be the case.
The shot does not hit.
Oh, boys, let's look at this.
Oh. And now Heretics able to make use of that to get entrenched here at this A side.
But chill.
To get back in. This is fast. This is pacey from PRX.
Here comes that Hunter's Fury, but later as it is, but it's going to be Jin going to work with him. He's gotten in under rafters.
It was
again, it's Benji that answers that late round lurk. Wu deals with Forsaken. Jin gets his cap. He was already
There were some nice things that we did this round, but
to expect him to make it 5, even for him, might be a little bit too much.
it wasn't
Wu
perfect.
with the shoulder pick, shot through the knee, still an adventurer though.
Benji caught the flank pretty well. Something they got to be careful of now.
Finally,
Why? I don't know.
PRX train.
Were they? I don't know if they flank well together. I wasn't watching.
I'm going to need to see that Benji one on the replay from his point of view.
Are you official
now?
now?
Ridiculous. Something on the updraft. The blade storm just.
Yeah, that was unlucky. That looked unlucky.
All right, Heretics heating up a little bit individually. That's crazy. That is a mental shot from Benji, who is starting to hit.
Still cranking 90. Good to see.
That was nice, but that's the kind of round where Heretics probably change their game plan now. They have this feeling that A is probably weak. Surely they start finishing A more.
Now here, more classic PRX.
Oh my god.
Push up towards this A side, getting all of the
Come on.
space, collecting that orb. And
Ilya.
then they post someone up.
Mr.
and
Ilya.
go stack the other side. This is the name of the game for them on this map.
Drone at mid?
It's just going to be Divide.
Oh, we don't have a drone? Why don't we have a fucking drone? Benji's been... Bro! Oh, boys, every time we reclaim middle, can we fucking go together, please? Oh, Benji's hitting fucking shots, man. He's in a terrible position.
Caught by the paranoia, forced to give
He shoots his way out of
The
it.
youngster has some wind in his sails. Right, Wingman is going to be thwarted in his plant attempt, but the Thrash is going to go ahead now.
Yeah, we're not very good at reclearing middle, it looks like.
He's got Divide to watch him. Relay bomb comes in.
Yes. This is timeout.
Heretics finally turning up to play.
Stun just in case.
I think you time out. This is the only time in the game that Heretics got momentum.
Why not? All right, Benji's heating up. It looks like he's playing an aim trainer. Just has
In my notes, I write the name of the player's Discord name,
so nice. And that is
so that I can at them. So like in my note, it'll be like, for some reason, Jason's name is Jadon. And I read the note.
Icebox record. The only losses to Fnatic. In fact, 5 out of 7 of their map losses in EMEA.
Do they have silly names?
When you watch them play against any other team in EU,
Not really.
They look like world beaters, but Fnatic have just had their number. They've been able to really counter the way that they're playing. PRX, early on, they were countering it, but in a totally different way than how Fnatic actually opted to.
Hey, it's leaked. Yeah, I forgot. That is actually a leak, isn't it?
Tungsten carbide, 1088 steel tables
Get owned.
for this occasion.
Oh my god, this guy flexing the...
Good luck, Alex, breaking this one.
I hit a moonsault on Van Silly. He didn't even go through it.
What's that brand? I don't even know what the brand is. I just know it's fancy schmancy.
And again, first time in this whole series that PRX have been put in a position to have to...
That's what he gets for it. That's what I'm not gonna lie. He deserves to get leaked after watching that round.
Over the containers.
Him peeking like that, solo, deserves a leak.
How will PRX adjust out of this?
Yeah, I mean,
half by here, to the extent that they can at least get it here.
Mindfreak does look comfy.
Who obviously has been playing very well.
I would urge that if there are clip farmers watching to not probably,
This is one of the maps where
you know, use that.
he's not playing race. It's
Or I will
just-
start getting angry with
it's
you.
not what they like to do. They just love this very
Seems
standard
inappropriate.
comp, and they've had a lot of success with it.
Benji so far has been feasting.
Viper ult A. Okay.
That's where so many of those kills have originated from PRX.
MBS is a clip farmer.
I think they've now been forced to bend the knee somewhat.
With this Viper's pit down, that's a fairly big commitment here. You do have Patman with that close range stinger to try and find an opener, shut down and execute if it comes in, and you're just expecting from Team Heretics at some point, if they intend on getting into this pit, which certainly looks like they're going to do, you're waiting for Riens to use this owl drone, clear things out.
Take flight. Jing with the hero rifle.
Oh, shit.
Pivot, but yep, there's going to be action over here towards the pit.
Oh, shit.
Cute, but
Shit.
not good enough. Tries to outfox the owl
Yeah.
drone.
Respect it. I
This
respect
is
the
rough.
attempt.
Devi gets up on that line pretty quick. Mini Boo.
Mini Boo. Ah, fuck. We can't let Mini Boo have a round.
Remains at large here over the site. And Snakebite's going to make it hard to play in from upper rafters. This is
Okay.
good looks. The hero rifle is still in play. Jing might try and wager it for something
This
here.
is rough.
We'll take a pretty prescribed
This is
location,
rough.
One that's going to be watched for at the back of the site. Heretics have seen enough. It's up to Jing here to step up, get himself.
Gift
some value
sub
off this round
challenges
potentially, but once more,
anymore. What's gift sub
sorely
challenges?
outgunned, outnumbered. And outdone by
If
Benji.
PRX here, if
Flawless
PRX
round
2
here
nils
for
here,
Team
I'm
Heretics.
gifting 10 million.
Finally steering the ship.
I'm not reacting because it doesn't look like they're winning this map. But if they do, I appreciate it.
Patman trying to time that. Hey, I'm not mad at it. He's got the
I'm such a
stinger,
pessimist,
wanted
man.
to go around,
I'm such a pessimist.
but he is caught out. And you can just see from Mini Boo's point of view there, hitting this A site, how many options he has.
Yeah, they're heating up a little
Getting
bit.
into so many unexpected, unorthodox positions there can be
Why is my
incredibly
freak face then?
effective.
So something's taking up the op now.
And that is the adjustment that was certainly called on that timeout from the prior round. Wants to post up towards mid.
I mean, that this turret is abusable, right? Nah, don't kill the turret. Can't we just...
Turret just got cleared.
We
Looks
could
like
just
a go signal
peek
there
without
for
killing the
Heretics on
turret,
the
right?
side. They've just indulged in a surge forward here at B.
And their main intention really was to get that orb, get the lockdown.
What's the most
Recon
boring map
sent
for
in
you?
to clear
I mean,
out
this one's
back
pretty
yellow for
boring.
Riens. Fast lane, pretending,
Pretty
hey, we are
boring
getting that
map.
Position back yellow, shocks as well, and now we're going to slowly pivot back. The spike has just been over there with Wu.
Benji's got Killjoy ult again. They got Killjoy ult into Viper ult. We're kind of just praying. Oh, we're praying. God has answered. What do we do now, boys? Come on, we know. Please, Benji, use your ult. Don't save it. Don't be a greedy boy. Use your ult. Use your ult.
And the other two players are making their way to A.
Use your ult.
Thank
you. Right.
No, not with that lockdown though.
A cheeky kill would be big here. The Viper ult's going to be too strong. It's going to be hard.
That early rotate now kind of nullified. We're going to get a plant down. Heretics look to dig in here and anchor.
And it looks like they want to come right back.
We're paranoid and reconning, but it's who cares, man? They got a pit down.
Ensconced safely within the poison walls. If Forsaken sees this easy come his way, happy to spare.
Oh, nice.
PRX are going to have to commit. Wood has been dealt with. The Viper, though, spawning the pit still at large. Jing wants to get past this now. Spam in Boo's direction. Mini Boo, though, dealt with.
Nice.
Sees the Viper, and there
Easy.
it is. The wall comes down, as does the curtain on Heretics in this round.
Okay, that's two big ults. Two big ults.
Gift, but that's all that Heretics can
Two big ults.
Overwhelmed by the numbers, no real positions, deep sight. PRX are just able
Bro, Heretics can't even win a Killjoy ult into Viper ult. So easy. So easy.
Spam connects onto Woot. Cooked from there.
You see how much PRX invest in getting that midline held. They send Jing with something.
Calling it Resident Sleeper's giving it too much credit. Does this feel as stressful as watching Fnatic on stage? No. Like, I'm quite invested in this, obviously, because like, but like, it's not the same. No. This isn't any like I take very little credit for anything here. Whereas with Fnatic, like I take all responsibility and all credit for our success because it was all me. No, I'm joking. But obviously, like, there was a lot more work going into Fnatic on my side.
That's the one way being set up
and it was kind of,
by
you know,
Jing.
I was
sake of Patman.
leading the
Solid big player
team
right
to
now.
some degree.
Orb taken by Forsaken into the deep drone on A. We have
But this is the first time in what, like 8 months that I've watched a team that like I had like investment in on some level, if that makes sense. Like obviously I still I'm friends with Fnatic, but
one way they had to get moving.
you know.
So Heretics now have the yellow control. Benji's still waiting for mid. He might not get anything with that up here.
Team Heretics, they do need to wait for this wall to come back up. Oh my god, PRX win off the paranoia with
for their own timing, marching to the beat of the what a stunning mosh pit there to shut him down. Device able to find his two. And Benji's not in a hurry to get involved. Heretics have done well to trade up on this B side. This has drawn something.
There's something that I want to see
have
that we're not doing. There is something I want to see that we're not doing.
This is looking highly
There is something that I want to see that we're not doing. It's a clue.
Correction. Get this kill. What a snappy shot.
Now have to deal with Woot tucked in corner by Yellow. Doesn't want to get
No.
himself up for
Why are you pulling out your knife?
Here comes the thrash. Something nosy now.
Benji's just lurking a while. Benji is the player I would watch on this map, I think, or at least one of the top 3 players I'd watch on this map to understand how you lurk. Benji's middle control on this map is very, very strong. Very smart.
Before there's any effort to actually get the spike down, the wingman wasn't planting. It wasn't really a push forward. They just tried to catch raw timing. It does not work out. We're finally seeing
yeah, I guess
the Alex that we know.
The question is, like, what is the cue that PRX are playing off of there? If they're just trying to manufacture a timing of their own, it doesn't work out because Wood has a really nice mosh pit.
Now here's some pace from Team Heretics getting that neon back.
Boys, come on. We know how to win this round, surely.
But they don't actually connect any damage before it's to retreat.
Definitely a bigger commitment to the B side by PRX in this round. Hunter's Fury lockdown, both available here in the last round of the half for the defenders. So
It's a very easy way to win this round.
Here come Heretics. They are really looking to take some space potentially here. Why?
They just do it again.
Timing doesn't pay off once more. Hunter's Fury now for Forsaken. Gets a tap on Benji. Still no plant yet.
Right here. That Hunter's Fury just used a little bit late. Boo has gotten his way all the way into the A site, and there's more than enough time for Team Heretics to make this pivot. Yeah, if Forsaken can catch a couple in mid, though.
Is he too far forward? Woot, I like the high-low setup. That is brilliant. Heretics.
Okay, 7-5, not great. Not bad, but not great.
Defenders, we've seen it all half so far.
A pistol makes it legit.
Right now, the little things are beginning to come together for Team Heretics, and we're finally seeing a PRX who were utterly dominant, now struggling a bit with some of their timings. Again, they refight into B before there's any attempt to get the spike down. That Hunter's Fury comes a little
I mean, like, to be frank about it, like, I didn't mind us using server ult, but I think we overplayed the hand.
Device
Like,
giving himself away. No reason not to fully commit to this one, but there's Boo, takes him out. 7-5 half.
I didn't use Killjoy ult. I'd rather just play the Killjoy ult that round.
PRX have a, what, 80+% win rate on attack.
Like, we don't need to...
You know, despite the 75, they are not out of the woods yet.
Close half. Finally, some light from Heretics. Stick around. We're going to quick break, and we'll be back with more Icebox.
Yeah, pretty much what Alex is saying. What's this guy doing?
That everyone gets a free phone on any plan, pain-free? Count me in. Try and beat it. I'll give you a sec.
Oh, really? The music is... Surely Valorant has to stop doing this, where they... Like, a lot of Valorant strategies around co-streamers these days. Like, surely they gotta stop doing this. Run ads? Yeah, that's true. I'll run a quick 90-second ad. If I can. It slams on YouTube. Oh, I mean, I'm not even on YouTube. I'm not even looking at YouTube right now, so that's a problem. Congrats on your friend's marriage. That's some funny shit. That's some funny shit. That's not normal, is it, to congratulate someone else's friends on marriage? I'm not the one being weird here, right?
Quite a contrast between this Icebox map and the Pearl one that we started on. Much better showing here for Heretics.
I mean, you do you. That's you're just a much nicer person than I am.
Together, round 6 onwards, they win 6 out of the preceding 7 rounds. Put themselves in a very reasonable position here. They have a choice.
Finally able to find a moment where they're actually,
to be fair,
in this series.
I think the PRX assistant designer, she is kind of right on the first map though, but it's not. This ain't gonna be a smooth route now. There's no smooth route now. This is gonna be a bumpy ride. This guy's locked in. Look at him. He's going zen.
That was working for them within those first 5 rounds.
28.4 econ report.
Things began to get very disjointed on their refights.
This guy, 96.8 econ report.
The hero for them in that half. Started getting those highlights, and then that inspires confidence in the rest of your team as well. When you see someone starting to hit like that.
Bro, did you see his econ report? It was out of control.
Honestly, almost a mirror image of Forsaken's performance in the first half of Pearl.
100 econ.
Very strong showing, and with Benji's stalwart performance in mid, that really helped PRX.
Do you all say route or route? What do you mean?
Really, really strong. 83% win rate through Pacific Stage.
Oh, I say route. Not route.
When Heretics have had success,
the English people say route.
Typically, as far as
the route to Toronto was paved with gold. Okay, what are we doing? B split? No B split? No Omen? No bro? Mr. Ching. Mr. Ching! Oh, yes!
Wins it out.
God almighty, what's going on there?
For Heretics, and it's up to Boo again.
That's pretty good.
What a mountain he has to climb.
Bro, he's like a magician in the smokes.
What you ask for PRX fans.
Like a magician.
Start with a pistol win here.
He somehow like confused me, and I can see through the fucking rules.
Without either pistol round win, that would be a tremendous feat for them.
Someone photoshopped Jing as Houdini right now.
They shrunk, of course, the lead to a singular round.
He's literally like Stewie 2K.
It's a short round, Wyatt. This early engagement here in mid. Jing sees action over on the B side, gets involved there, then whips around.
Look at that, man. Look at that. You cannot teach that. Sleight of hand. They talk about sleight of hand. That was sleight of body. A whole body sleight.
All right. PRX are just too good on these pistol rounds.
4-0 pistol.
Investing actually into the Marshall for Heretics.
I mean, that's kind of dumb. That is kind of dumb. Surely we can't lose. Surely we can't lose winning 4-0 pistols. Surely. It's anti-eco though. It's anti-eco. It's anti-eco. I'm not even scared of this. I'm scared of this.
Just as we saw from something.
Oh, Pat.
Unsurprisingly,
Mr. Pat.
Really be punished though on that little swing.
Oh,
tried to
thank
set him up
you.
with the Marshall, but he will be ruined. Run over there, given no space at yellow whatsoever, and Boo now is about to feel the net close in. Pat-man up, walkway sees what was
Postman
okay.
Pat.
Up on the ledge he goes.
Delivering.
Proud as a peacock,
Okay,
but re-enters
Jason.
able to find his brace of 2. Once again, though, it's a heavily disadvantaged situation. Rien's desperately trying to avert an even game here. Likely has too much on his plate. Devaya will silence him.
Fair enough, bringing the 3 rifles into the next round.
I was honestly thinking about this morning that I've been very busy and not able to lean into this as much. But I was thinking if I had literally got like a little fake furnace with some coal in, after every round we lost, I would go in the back and shovel in some fake coal. But I think if we get to playoffs, like I can start doing silly shit. But I did not think enough. I've been very busy.
He can really do it all.
Like the Heretics team who said, we are not kids anymore. We're not rookies. There's no excuse for us to drop these important matches, and they've recovered well here on Icebox, but might be an inflection point lying here in this round. Is
God, I wanted that timing.
both sides.
I'm gone beyond caring about how good or bad we play. I just want to find. I want them to win. I don't care how unpretty or pretty it looks. Give me Boo jump spotting like a noob and getting a free entry for us. Give me that every day of the
Boo has
week.
just got a little bit too close to the sun.
Swarm grenade out.
Bear in mind, this is Team Heretics.
Bro, the
with
boys making loads of noise,
absolutely
B.
nothing
Fucking
left
Mr.
in them.
Benji here can
This is
hear
a
you.
must win at the moment.
Oh my God.
That's as messy as it gets.
Benji, for some reason, cannot kill Patman. He just whiffs every time. He sees that aura. That aura that Patman has, and he just cannot hit. Oh, look at this. This is a rookie. This is a rookie. Look at him. He's swinging for the third time for some reason.
Patman the Viper.
This is a mental
The
run.
stabilizing element of PRX, by the way, is just taking duels across the map. And he has opened it right on up for PRX.
Jason.
Miniboo has to play second fiddle now and try and make use of that mobility to cross the map. Woot is already set up.
Woot has got
Gecko.
Gecko Wingman. This is scary.
Pressure a defuse, force some people to swing out.
Is that the smoke?
Maybe that's a way in. Find a pick.
A small gap in that smoke will be challenged. Woot has to drop down.
Oh, it's easy. It's fucking easy.
Quite there, apparently. Miniboo steps out only to be riddled with Vandal shots.
PRX are just so ready to swing.
Is it true that
together.
timing means it's my time to swing?
Boo
Timing.
so frustrated in this moment.
Wait, I don't know what you mean. Timing means it's my time to swing.
Oh,
That
man,
makes
was-
sense to me.
I mean, Benji's been credited with some very sharp moments.
That makes
Look at
sense.
this map. Look at him shut down something as he wraps over the
We had like a keyword in Fnatic that we would say ticky tacky when instead of timing, because if you say timing, everyone else on the map freezes and then you get really obvious. So like we would try and make sure people were still making noise on the map and it's not like silent for like 5 seconds while someone's got a timing.
Something, a staging ground.
But like you're not allowed to die making noise. You just make noise.
How far does their gun skill get them against a fully armed PRX team on a roll?
Listen, they've got the right
These
stack.
ads are fucking
Weapons might be
ludicrous.
decent enough.
These
Something
ads are
shut down
ludicrous,
early. They're
guys.
trying to get into this side. PRX
Oh, it's anti-eco.
Messy stuff.
It's
Divine's
an
taken out, gotta
anti-eco.
pick it up, but there is Forsaken. Quick response. And he doubles
Okay.
down. Oh, Hunter's Fury.
He's susceptible to just one shot from it, but he's able to get out of the way.
Oh
Again.
my God, he
Led
hits
by
it.
Riens. He's too smart, too aware.
This is the hardest round of our lives.
Has to recover the spike and put this together. Both of his opponents, half armor and sheriffs.
Genuinely, I think PaperX might need to hire someone
Potential flank because he was out of
who could
range
just
from
make
the
them
turret
anti-eco.
place. Wants to double back. 30 seconds to play with. Does he just try to clear this out? Get back
I
to
tried.
A? Does he try to gun it to B?
I've tried. I don't know what the answer is.
He wants to leave. He wants to leave. He's hoping that
I don't know what the
in this
answer is.
situation, Team Heretics would just leave the 2 on A and then
Hire a
go for that
full-time
and
anti-eco
take over
coach.
towards B. But when the spike goes down, that will allow a rifle to be collected, perhaps. Or no, they just want to go for this with the sheriffs. Riens does have a
I feel kind of
Has a turret to play contact off potentially. Does he have the time to set it up? Yes.
good. I feel kind of good. No, I don't feel good. So drone and recon. It's Riens. Riens is too smart.
Look at Devi. He still has to be weary about this flank as Riens is making his presence known forward.
Trying to get ahead of the owl drone. Does he have a timing on Boo? Spot him out.
Oh, I feel good. This guy's too good. This guy's too smart.
To keep PRX well and truly on the tracks.
Who's that play with Riens
Team
there?
Heretics
Who's
know
that trying to
round
jumping spit
absolutely
whilst there's a
shifted
drone
the
going on?
momentum, but it's a 4-round run for PRX now in this second half. Disaster for the European side. Forsaken comes up clutch with these
that
2
Boo?
kills to get them back into the round.
Come on, Boo. Come on.
Pulling up their trousers, util in hand. Can't play off of each other at all. That is huge.
They feel like they didn't have the time to waste either to collect some of the rifles that were a little bit deeper on that A site. They go for it with the sheriffs. Might be regretting that decision at this point.
Jeez, the tension there between Weber and Nelzinho is palpable. Timeout here. The last one available to Heretics.
The tension is palpable between the two coaches.
Heartbreaker. This is Heretics coming off of Obviously a run to qualify here, but then
How much is my involvement with PRX? For Toronto, very little. Very, very little. Genuinely very
that was
little.
the first time he felt disappointed in the team after that loss.
That hits heavy. They've been a team for a while. Nobody had to say.
Usually I would laugh at them. I would laugh more at them. But like I'm too wanting them to lose right now.
They've managed to find their way back into the game, but yes, they've
Like I want them to lose too much, but I can't laugh too much. But usually when I don't care as much, I actually laugh more.
Far, flawless attack side. They have 4 rounds in a row put together.
Talk about Tiki Taka and Fnatic. They're still using those comms. Yeah, of course.
Alt combo right now. Get the space with the lockdown. Drop the pit. And they've even got the Hunter's Fury late if the spike is really being pressured by a Team Heretics retake. They've got 2 ults they're relatively close to.
This Icebox looks very Fnatic. No. It's hard to know with nanos.
Oh my god, the early Hunter's Fury double connection!
There are some things about a month ago that I helped them with the Icebox. I haven't been involved for a while.
That is an awful way to start with, and he's pinged out again. He's got to give this ground up. All of the A side now belongs to PRX. Look at the timing though. Heretics trying to get in ahead of them.
Like there's still things probably from like a month ago that they're still like using.
On all sides, guns are trained at the killjoy.
But I can't really take much credit, honestly.
Something gets an amazing deep position.
Like when I watched them on a lot of maps, they were already like surprisingly good at some of them. In a way that like I was like, well, how are you losing?
Or just get an immediate drone tag. A double hit. Jing.
There are definitely some maps where like I feel like
because of that as well.
Things had to get a little bit fixed though, for sure.
Oh my god, whatever they had planned in that round.
And it's not perfect Valorant by any means. Like it is still like PRX style of like loose and fun.
Okay, Heretics, credit to them. Still want to find a burst of speed here.
This is
okay. We're waiting for you, Miniboo. You were expected.
Yeah, just hoping.
Your server's better than Jason's? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's the combo? That's an ult that's been around for a long time.
It's just filthy. They're trying to make hero plays. You can't blame them. They've only got sheriffs. PRX have absolutely shut them down. Their economy is completely out of control. Don't do it again.
Woot was turning around because of the crowd.
2 knives in the debut game.
Yeah, cure for hypotension.
We cannot do that.
So very quickly, those 2 rounds fall. Heretics back on a buy.
You expected Heretics to be better than this? I think I set up that. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with the way that because chat was talking to me about it.
Still want to go forward. Play that PRX.
And I think Steph asked the question, what's the win conditions here? And I think that's a really good question. And I need to start thinking about that stuff more if I'm doing analyst tests. And I think my response was actually kind of good. Like I said, that like if Heretics can't get into the game early, and PRX just give it to them early, and do PRX things, Heretics might just shut down. Like if Heretics don't get into this game early, like the confidence levels and the imposter syndrome sets in for this team, I feel like. Like I unironically told like Alex asked me yesterday, is there anything to say to the boys? And the thing that I told him, I can't say. But it involved pissing off a certain player on Heretics, if they could. Because I thought that like maybe it might be a key to like keeping them unconfident or something.
Very sharp this round.
Problem is with Ram right now.
Last standing member of PRX, and in midair he is detained.
That's a big throw.
Heretics come up for air. It's a breather. A brief respite. But boy howdy, look at those wallets on the side of PRX. They are
a split icebox. It went as good as you could get it, and they still lost.
And they still managed to pull it off. They do a great job getting back into that site together. The distraction from Rafters, and then you have Woot coming lower. I mean, the distraction.
How did we lose that?
He's in there, but just can't do anything about it.
This is the first round where I'm just like, well, there's clearly something wrong happened here.
Deep position again. Is forced to look towards Rafters, and Woot takes advantage of that distraction to get a free kill. This is going to be such an
But yeah, Heretics have a performance coach. They use Ryan. Ryan's a very good performance coach. He worked with us at the start of 2024,
Took exception with that round from PRX.
And he's very impactful.
Wow. Oh, but he's not ready.
He's like one of the few people that really got through to Leo about some things.
Just double teleports forward. He gets all of that space for free. You're never expecting it on defense.
And like Leo credited him a lot for like his like increase in performance in 2024.
Disrespecting the smoke at rafters and look at Patman. Pushed all the way up on B.
He's just got the craziest lurk timings. He's gonna have to accelerate a bit. The Team Heretics try to get.
Yeah, he's very good. When I was in Berlin, when they qualified,
Here comes the lockdown.
Going after it. By hook or by crook.
I think I casted that game, right?
He's looking for this, and there's Patman on the lurk timing.
Man, he's doing sick.
Oh, the lockdown is popped out from under Heretics.
I can't with this guy. He's crazy.
Okay, you gotta go, Pat. You gotta go, Mr. Pat.
They've got to commit. They've got to challenge.
I'm worried.
Not too shabby there from Minibu, but Jing. Dane sits from the ivory tower to deal with.
Oh, we've lost.
This is winnable. Patman's too far away.
Can he get a touch?
Oh, they've thrown, man.
The Red Bull clutch. A crucial one here for Wood as wingman.
Oh, this is rough. Oh, it's rough. That's not good. Yeah, so like when Heretics qualified for Toronto, like I casted that game, and then literally I was just like, I had to wait for some meeting. I think I spoke to Ryan for like an hour and a half. Like, the guy's a good guy.
Looks like he's already in the grave when he gets this third kill.
He's very he knows his shit.
What is that?
So Heretics have taken a chunk out of that PRX economy.
You gotta win those, man. It's rough because it's like those kind of rounds. Like I guarantee you they know how to play those rounds. So like, what's the point of me saying anything? You know what I mean? Like they probably know what to do. They're not dumb. It's just they didn't do it.
Triple stacked up. Go drone for drone. Oh,
it's
my
not
God,
right.
blast Hunter's Fury
Oh.
Really solid.
Nice moves there from Minibu. Avoids what would have been a lethal
This
connection.
close left position from Woot. This is the kind of Woot
PRX had to be
position
satisfied
he
with a
farms
little bit
from,
of
man.
damage onto the neon, but Minibu also has that overdrive and already. Here's Jing again. They are never ready for Jing. From the
The
top.
Pat again, man. This guy's fucking good.
Rien's claps back now, has to drop to the side. This is good anchoring. Can he
Okay,
do
nice,
something?
Ilio.
No, the shorty. More than he can deal with. And Boo laboriously will drag himself.
Bro, this game should be over, man. I know that we won both pistols, so it's like kind of unfair. But this game should be over.
Both maps. Countless.
Not another one,
kills.
please, boys. Come on. What is this
Here's
nonsense?
a double swing. He's gonna have to
Okay,
deal with it.
fair
Oh,
enough.
the King's horses and men emerge. The Viper is dealt with.
Patman getting
now
this much
comes
value on lurks on Icebox is kind of
PRX.
impressive.
It
I'm
was a
not gonna
narrative,
lie.
right, if you're a PRX fan? Or even a hater. You're familiar with the
Like to have the
narrative, but it's never
balls to
been
do
the
this on your
way
first international
through.
event
Patman
is
joining this
kind
lineup,
of
that
crazy.
stabilizing force.
There's no after I got one of these lurks down. If it was me, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm fucking just joining the pack.
Heretics on defense have had absolutely no clue how to deal with Jing, getting in these absurd forward teleport positions, playing with so much more aggression than you would typically see from Omens on this map. Something,
unlucky.
connection,
He thinks he's Kenny S, man.
damage for damage.
Oh, Minibu, every time Minibu does one of these plays on the low buys, they have been fucking solid at dealing with them.
Comes up with nothing.
Mr. Pat!
And here's how is he here
Oh, he
already?
can!
The conditioning
Mr. Pat!
only broken on the side of Heretics, and
Postman
now that's
Pat.
again. 30 points
Oh,
about the try.
Ilya, come on.
And slow the PRX train
Oh
down.
my god, the train does not stop, man.
Left the station.
This train does not stop.
Paper Rex have arrived in the 6.
Feels
So
like they've
fucking
never been
easy.
faster, actually. 13-1 on the first map. Dominant on map 2. Not one pistol round loss. All of the momentum throughout both of these games slowed down for
Right, I
just
gotta go
a
message
moment, but they immediately bounce back and utterly crush Team Heretics in that second half of Icebox. Listen, we thought we were going to get a close banger game. Well, we got some exciting plays for sure from Paper X. Highlight reel stuff coming out from Jing. Both maps, Forsaken, incredible on Pearl. Patman with some mental lurks. I don't think anyone expected this to be so dominant. This is Paper X at their best.
Patman's reputation was the one that would keep it calm, keep his team in line, but instead he is dragged.
Have you seen? I don't know if you guys see. This is the name of the Discord.
Heretics. And so history repeats itself once more. Why a tough loss suffered by Heretics at the hands of this phenomenal outfit.
This is the name of the
Shows us
Discord that we
exactly
use.
what it was that got PRX to this game. and no one on the side of Heretics can deal with these timings that Jing is throwing at them.
Give it up for PRX! Guys, you know what? Celebrate with the fans. Celebrate with the fans. Enjoy this moment. But, hey, guys, is it okay if I steal Forsaken?
That's fine, that's fine.
All right. Hey, let's have a chat.
What was it? It was, wait, what was it?
Forsaken.
It's
Pure
get yelled at
dominance.
by Mini in brackets
13-1
anti-ecos and
on call.
bonuses.
What the heck?
To be honest, I don't really know what happened about Pearl. I don't really watch Heretics Pearl as well. I think their weakest map is Pearl, which is B right. So yeah.
Okay, and you know, you seem very dialed in, you know, standing up, shouting a lot, very animated as well. So, you know, what was your mindset?
Is that
You know,
Jing
are you just
host
happy to
or
be back,
Jing
or,
ghost?
you know, you just kind of wanted to, you know, show off your guns?
Actually, I just wanna hype the team because last time in Pacific, I realized that we were winning when I'm standing up. When we're not quiet, we were winning. So I think I'm gonna do this all the time. So we're like vibing, you know.
You know what, just don't sit down, play standing up. Let's talk about Pepman. You know, how'd you prep Pepman for Masters? Because you guys have to play other tournaments in between Stage 1 and Masters Chrono. So, you know, can you talk to us a little bit about getting him ready?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's his first time in international, and we win our first match. So I'm kind of really proud of him that he can play well, even though he may be a little bit nervous. But so far, I think so good. Maybe a little bit of jet lag still, but we believe that we're gonna get it done, yeah.
Okay. I hear everyone on the team saying it's about time that we won something, right? So is PRX train going to ever stop until you reach the trophy?
No jinx, but hopefully the trains keep going on, you know? Yeah.
Track by track.
Track by track, guys. Track by track. Let's go.
All right, thank you, Forsaken. Go celebrate and enjoy this moment. And that's all from me too.
GG's. Right. Honestly, guys, I'm keeping to my word, okay? So, what I'm doing for this event, right, is I'm going to be co-streaming PRX games. We'll watch all the PRX games. But I'm not going to watch any other game, okay? I'm going to be VOD reviewing before the game start. I want to avoid having to compete with all the big co-streamers, and I want to be able to just like sit down and actually watch the games properly. And then I can have fun on the days PRX play, right? So, for instance, like tomorrow 5 PM, so maybe I'll start at like midday or something, and VOD review from around midday, or like just after midday. And then when it's about to hit the games, I'll just raid someone, okay? But yeah, so tomorrow I'll end up. I'm obviously don't want to VOD review this because you know it would be unfair. But I guess we'll end up VOD reviewing. Tomorrow it'll be a short VOD review, right? It'll just be this one game. So we'll just VOD review this tomorrow, okay? So if you're interested in that, I'll be around tomorrow before the game start to VOD review this. And give a bit of a deeper analysis on things, okay? Okay, I'm gonna raid Sliggy, I think, because obviously Sliggy made the Sliggy made the track, you know, he made the train, so I gotta raid Sliggy. Even though Sliggy's popping off, obviously, I'm gonna be raiding Sliggy. Is it Sliggy TV? Yeah, Sliggy TV, right? So yeah, thank you all for coming. If you're interested in VOD reviews, I'll be here tomorrow. If you want to watch me watch PRX, I'll be there next time. I'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you. Have fun. See you in a bit. Wait, did I actually raid properly? Did it actually work? Did I fuck it up? I can't figure out if I fucked up or not. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit.